Hit the button. The button has been hit. Oh, yeah.
Hit. Let me do my share thing.
Should I even put my headphones on? Like, it's not even necessary. It's just, I only do it for the look.
I know. I mean, I do hear your voice. No, I hear my voice right after you.
Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah, I did. I hear it. It's like, yeah. It's a little annoying.
You're well.
Oh shit, a little. How dare you undercut? How dare you undercut? All right. This. Share that. BCG.
Fine.
We all we got.
I'll do it myself.
Ass.
Oh no. God damn it. I can't hear you right now.
I didn't say anything.
I gotta find, where did I put it? Oh, all that moving around. How did you even come out? Ah, here it is. Hey, Betty.
Hey, Betty.
And therein lies the issue of rearranging shit. There we go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the way it's set up now. It's just that it's easy to lose shit when you
I imagine
terrible memory and you
nigga,
multitasking and all that other
You're
shit.
not the only one cursed with knowledge, nigga.
Right. And the funny thing is, the worst part about it is you're aware of that. So you do things specifically.
Yes.
So it becomes less than an issue.
Yes.
But then you forget the measures that you put in place.
Yo, it's
keep from forgetting.
It's a never-ending circle jerk. A never-ending circle jerk.
Yo, legitimately,
it's trash.
Had I not just eaten a bowl of cereal, seriously, had I not just eaten a bowl of cereal, I would have never found that adapter.
See, and that's what's fucked up because for me, a lot of times I will put measures in place to not forget. And then one thing will happen. A squirrel will go by. Something will drop. I'll hear a noise.
Mm-hmm.
And I have completely forgotten what the measure was in the first place. Therefore, me trying to find or do whatever it is I set out to do is all mute because now I don't even know. And sometimes what happened is, like, I've done this. I've gone all the way up the stairs. You know how much I love climbing stairs for a purpose. And then when I get to the top of the steps, I no longer remember why I came up there. And I stand there for a second, trying to get it back, like a battle rapper that's trying not to choke, trying to get it back. I said, fuck it, I'm going back downstairs. I go downstairs. I said, because if it's something I needed, the need will pop up again, and then I'll go up there. And that works. Oh, really? Well, I mean, it works maybe 80% of the time. So that must mean that 20% of the time wasn't nothing really important. Right. I was going up there for and shit. You know, that shit is maddening and it's ass. It's ass. And would it be it would be a wonderful world if I was in a position where a lot of the things that I have to remember, I no longer need to remember. Well, you know, sure. like
that's what presets are for.
Look, a lot of the shit that I do now is for the hope of bags later.
Facts.
To get the work into the bag. And that's why it has to continue to be done. Some of it, don't get me wrong, I enjoy doing some of it, but some of it I don't. It's just something that I got to do it. This could lead to that. I need to do this. Yeah. And that sucks from time to time. Not even going to hold you. But I just grind through it, through it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like today, I'm
professional.
Well, yeah, that's basically what that is. That's what that is. That's what it is, bro. Like the day after the show, I got to go do reshoots.
Oh, period.
Yeah. Yo, look, I don't want to. But the concept of what we were trying to do with this project, that intro matters and it needs to be done a certain type of way, right? So when I saw it, I went, I'm off a little bit. And I ain't talking about with the whole music rap part, because like I told you about yours, you always gonna see what other people see. That's how it is. I'm talking about the timing in the discussion with the other character, and then we were too close. I did not like that we was that close. And then, so I need to space out a little bit. It's little intangibles like that. So you gotta do what you gotta do. And that means now I'm not gonna the stuff I gotta carry there is not gonna be that. I just need one light for real. One light. And that's why I learned the last time we was there. Like Billy didn't need all that, but we didn't know. Right. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know, but we didn't need. I just need one light that's charged. And this time, of course, I'm bringing my external monitor because my eyesight is terrible without these glasses on. And at a certain point in that shooting, I won't have these glasses on. So I need a big size monitor and shit. But it's not something you want to do.
No.
It's something you have to do.
Yeah.
And then once you do what you had to do and the result is the way you want it, it's all worth it.
Sure.
It's all worth it.
Absolutely. It's just getting there though.
Yeah, it's getting there. That's ass. But yeah. It is what it is.
That's what
it is. What it is. What I do know is that's crazy. This can't be what I think it is.
What?
Hold on. I'm looking at these notifications. I'll let you know. No, it's not what I thought it was. It's just notifications of you sharing the multi-world from the different platforms on. Hey, listen.
Wait, what are you talking about, Willis?
You sharing it off of the different pages, multi-world entertainment, Black Culture Geeks. I got these notifications about.
Okay, gotcha.
Right, so I'm seeing that now, right? What's funny is one of the things that I want to just briefly go at for my how was my week shit. I want to talk about that because it's something I saw that annoyed me this week, and it needs to be made very, very, very clear.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Close you. You're not necessary. I mean, even though it's not necessary for me to close you,
because close your shit.
I got all the space and opportunity in the world right now.
You know, about you and that 4K monitor.
You would just wait. We just wait until.
I'm just.
There's no reason for you to complain. It's okay. All right, so you looking at that? I gotta figure out something because I have this monitor as my companion.
Why does your chair look new?
It's the same chair.
I know, but it looks new.
Well, it is relatively new. I just bought it.
Now you moved it in a different spot, and I was see that's how shit work. When you move
everything around,
right? It shit look new now. That's a new mic.
The light's right here. It's not. There. Camera's right here. The speakers are over there instead of right on me. I rotated the desk.
Why are the speakers way over there?
Because I like it like that.
Oh, I like it like that.
All right, stop it. Stop. My and I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to figure out if I should say this now or
I don't know.
But yeah, we're just talking about the rearranging. I put the old computer over there, and then when I finished setting everything up, I realized I didn't have to put the old computer over there. I could have had because the new computer's right here. I could have had the old computer over here.
Could have had a V8, huh?
Space. I mean, I still have the space, and I could have had the third monitor on right here. But the keyboard, yeah, it's a whole
You
thing.
do realize that because of the angle of the lens and
You can't see any of it. No, I know.
Not only that, it looks like you're talking about way over.
That's the point. I have so much more room simply because I'm not in the corner. Like I'm in the middle of the room now instead of the corner.
So you saying nobody puts baby in the corner?
Nobody. I mean, I did, but I was wrong for it. And we've now corrected that issue.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, matter of fact. No, I don't feel like it. It's about to give a virtual tour, but
damn.
It's not.
Yeah, it is a lot. That's a lot of work, B.
It's not really that much room. So
yeah, but when you move the camera around, then you got to move.
I wasn't. No, I was going to do it on my phone.
Oh,
there's no way in the world. You're absolutely right. That was never going to happen.
Too much work.
That's staying there.
Biddy asks, SBJ, is your camera higher in height, or did you shrink from last week?
Well, here's the deal. Because of this new arrangement of things, I probably had a couple choices. I stuck with the first one, which was put the camera directly in front of me and just raise it up so it doesn't show the monitors. I could have put it over here, but no, actually, I could have put it over here. It's just at the time I didn't think the cord would reach, but it absolutely would. But I just stuck with this, and it might change next week. Who knows?
You know, the thing about that is because the camera is up and has you down, has you looking very vulnerable. And also when you look at the composition on the screen, because I'm up higher, it makes me look like an overbearing ass.
Well, you are.
How dare you, sir?
That's how. That's exactly how. But yeah, I don't know. I might keep like this. I might move it over because the light. It's a lot. It's a lot.
I don't know. I think that might be cool right there because, like, all right. So
one
of the issues you had before was the light coming from the window.
Right.
Would often give you that halo effect.
I don't got that.
Back.
Windows
you don't have that.
Let's say always. This is not a big room, but the windows over there.
That room is big. Listen, y'all. That room is big. Listen.
It's not.
Listen.
It's a big room for a toddler.
One day.
Fun fact: it used to be a toddler's room.
I believe. Yeah, it was. But it was me.
All right, no, that's
Kristen,
okay. No, that's true.
Shafril and you,
but we were also like, it wasn't like we all had an abundance of room. We just weren't cramped.
Yeah, we weren't cramped at all. We weren't cramped. You know. So now, some people still believe that we're in the same room.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, well, past tense because
less now.
Yeah, because
less now. But no, I have some people. Yeah, people that don't watch every week.
Yeah, you just
watch it.
Just ruined the fun for them.
Good. You the same place to have fun.
Okay, now that's exactly. Exactly. Anyway, whatever. So yeah, the window's not directly behind me.
Yeah, it's not directly behind you, right? So it's not giving you that halo.
Yeah. Nice soft light now.
Yeah, and that ironically works. Plus, the setting you have on your camera plus the lighting effect does it better. It's doing a better job with your skin tone.
Yeah,
also.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Because when I was setting it up, because like I said, I moved the old computer first, obviously, because I needed somewhere to put the new computer.
Right.
So when I moved the old computer, I had already, because the table, the other computer desk that was over there, I moved it into this corner, and that's where I put the old computer. And I was like, all right. So I moved my desk, and when I moved this desk, I was like, all right, we put the computer, and shit, I gotta start arranging shit. So the first thing I went to do was put the mic up, and I was like, oh, this will make it so much easier when I'm recording. I won't have to move the mic around. It'll just permanently be right here. I don't ever have to move it because it's not in the way of anything. The only thing to the left of it is the wall.
Right.
It's not in the way of anything. I could see the monitor clearly. Got my pad right here, my regular keyboard, my music keyboard. It's and then I was like, oh shit, that doesn't really work for the oh, that's the other reason I didn't put the camera over there, because when I'm talking into the microphone, the camera would be right here looking at me.
Right.
In order to look at the camera, I would have to not be talking into the microphone. So yeah, I was like, oh shit, I didn't think that through. And then I came up with the idea of lifting the camera above the monitors, which is a little harder because the 4K one is taller than the other two were, but it's fine.
Yeah, I mean
nobody can see the desk anymore, but it is.
Did they really need?
It's not necessary. Yeah, it's not necessary.
Really.
It's really not necessary. I mean, I guess if I'm doing, like, if I'm recording a video in here, I may change the angle.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as doing the podcast, no, this works.
No, that tracks. That tracks.
What up, Mike? Oh, Mike, my computer finally came.
Yeah, we gonna get into that.
We gonna get it. Matter of fact, start.
Yeah, time to start the show. Welcome everyone to the Black Culture Geeks podcast. This is my man SPJ. And I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and we are just a couple of geeks talking about pop culture from a black perspective. Facts indeed. Now, we do have, of course, some topics we're going to get into at some point in this show. But before we get into all that, we want to talk to y'all about how our week has gone. And I gotta, SBJ has some really great shit. I have more of an annoyance.
I have an annoyance involved as well.
Yes, you do. But it's an actual experience for you, where for me, it's an observation that I've been seeing way too much, and it's time someone put an end to that. So, in the Venn diagram of idiocy, there is plenty of overlap between people on different sides of the political persuasion. Yes, it's true. There are some things that overlap. So one of the things that I've been seeing a lot is, I'll just make this story a bit, flesh it out just a bit more. So this week, former President Donald Trump decided to file a lawsuit against Facebook, Twitter, and Google, claiming they violated his freedom of speech stuff and blah, blah, blah. This is the overlap that I'm talking about specifically, because he's not the only one that thinks that. A lot of his political enemies think that as well, that these companies violate people's free speech or whatever. Now, an argument could certainly be made that they have way too much power. Facebook needs to be broken up. It just does.
Sure.
Too much.
Your shit took my shit.
Yeah, it just did that again. But I caught it this time before I said the next word. But that's a fair argument. It's valid. You want to know what's not valid, though? Y'all talking about how Facebook, Google, and Instagram and Twitter and all these entities are violating your freedom of speech. Why?
Yeah.
It's simple. And it's also contradictory, because some of the same people that are talking shit about that in that way defend the right of corporations to do what the fuck they want, even to the point of discriminating against people. Oh, yes. These same people were running around, at least over on the right, were running around saying that these bakers had the right not to bake a wedding cake for gay people, right? That's what they were saying. So first of all, you got to pick a struggle with that. You got to pick a struggle. Either they got their private company rights or they don't. So in this case, you signed a terms and conditions agreement before you were allowed to have a profile on these platforms. Now, here's the uncomfortable truth. The vast majority of us did not read those. The vast majority of us.
No. Don't.
Did not. Because you could always go back and read it. Don't read those.
And they update all the time.
They update all the time. And they let you know they update all the time.
You
get a notification. What's up, Special Space? They get a notification. These are private companies, and whether or not they need to be broken up or not, that does not change the fact that where we are right here, right now in this space, is that they aren't, and they're private companies. And you signed an agreement. You put your John Hancock right there digitally on some agreement that allowed you to use the platform. They have rules on this platform. One of the reasons you don't have to pay to be on these platforms is because they're taking your data and they're making money off of that. Okay, so just so we understand that this is a reason why you get to use all of these platforms without paying any money. But also, they have rules that and guidelines that if they feel you broke, they can get you the fuck up out of here. Much like when you walk into a restaurant and you see a sign that says no shoes, no shirt, no service. Are they discriminating against people with no shirts and no shoes? Or are they saying this is a private company? We don't want you coming in here looking like that. Don't come in here like that. These companies, to be honest with you, as flawed and fucked up as they are, because we complain about them all the time. I complain about them all the time. They let a lot of you motherfuckers rock. I've been seeing people post shit that probably does not fit within the terms and conditions shit, and they ain't fuck with you. Because in truth, it's not real people doing a lot of this shit. It's bots. It's too many. It's 1 billion people on the platform. They're not going to have that to be able to check everybody. So they got programs to do that shit. And some of y'all slip through the cracks for a long time. Some of y'all don't. Some of y'all don't.
Prime example. In my past Facebook life, I got into a lot of arguments. And during since pretty much the beginning of the pandemic, a lot of them, pretty much all of it, switched to arguing with people who parrot white supremacist points and all that other stuff. So about midway through the 2020, I had wondered why I was seeing people spell white differently. And all of them insisted that it was because their posts were getting fucked with and they were being threatened by Facebook. And I hadn't received any of that. So that is a prime example of what you're talking about. The algorithm happened to not notice me.
That's all. That's it, and that's all. But to be sure, if you're on these platforms promoting violence, actual violence, I'm not talking about that cartoon shit. I'm talking about actual violence. If you're promoting that, if you're on here plotting and they catch you, and they catch you, if you're on here and trying to spark something negative that they don't want their platform attached with, they're going to get you the fuck out of here, and it's in their terms and conditions. You signed it. You didn't read it. You're bad.
Facts.
But at least here in the United States, I can't speak for other countries. Here in the United States, that freedom of speech provision is meant for the government. They can't infringe upon your free speech. And even that has terms and conditions. You can't yell fire the crowded. Exactly. Right. So I think there needs to be a little bit of tightening of the awareness to that. So I don't have to keep hearing that all week because some shitlord decided, I'm assume, mind you, the former president is one of the most litigious individuals that has ever lived. If you look at his past history, he sued. He wakes up in the morning and sues, and many times he knows this stuff is not going to do anything. But it's a chess move. It brings attention and makes him look like he's fighting. He's fighting a fight against these huge corporations. But here's the thing: he's a former president. Nobody's huger than a president. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least not perception-wise. We know in the reality that's not true, but perception-wise, right? So, but this is a chess move, and I see people doing this with politicians in general. They say things and do things at times purely for marketing and to spark a conversation. And you're who they're marketing to, depending on what demographic you are and how much they think you're sympathetic to their point of view, how biased you are. Yeah. Right? Stop falling into that. And the only reason why he's doing it, and a lot of y'all parroting that, because he heard y'all saying it. Mm-hmm. Y'all been saying this for a while. Man, I can't believe Facebook took down my... You can't? Really? Oh, when I see that let me know you didn't read the terms and conditions. Okay. When I see y'all posting shit about... I don't know if this works, but I don't give them permission to use them. When I see you, when I see you post that, yes, I know you have not read the terms and conditions. So clearly, since I noticed it more clearly this week because of the story about a former president attempting to sue, basically filing suit, it's going to get thrown the fuck out. The judge is probably going to laugh. So I'm trying to save all of you guys because it's one mantra that we have amongst many mantras here on this show. Value your credibility over your opinion.
Facts.
That's all.
Please. Because I got it. When you seem to be fact resistant, and I see that too many times, you lose your credibility, loses points with me. When I see you're fact resistant, like you signed terms, you. Not him. You is this you? You signed that, and you didn't read it, but you still signed because you just had to be on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Oh, you just had to be able to play your Candy Crush.
You
had to into your farm.
You had to slide up in somebody's DM. You just had to do that. So you signed all that away. And look, I'm with you in the sense of I hate that they get to use our data and make oodles upon oodles of money off of it. We don't get a chunk, we don't get a percentage, we don't get nothing. I'm with
you in the fact that I ain't reading that shit.
Yo, that's the other thing. This is an old game. Any of you who've ever had to get insurance, some other shit like that, hell, buying a product, electronic product, and you see the warranty and all that shit, they do this purposely.
Installing something on your computer.
They make all this a wall of text. In a lot of cases, they don't even have separated by paragraphs. It's like a wall of text because they know your simple-minded ass and my simple-minded ass is not going to read all of that shit.
They've even gone the further step now to indemnify themselves.
Yeah.
Because they have it to where if you just try to click through, they'll tell you have to scroll to the bottom.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. So they say, oh, no, you read it. No, they didn't. Right. They scroll, but I get why you're doing it. I understand. I get it. I'm just saying.
That's clever.
I'm just saying, let's not. I can't even say that. I was going to say, let's not be dumb. But
there's nowhere in the world.
So all I'm saying is value your credibility over your opinion and don't be so quick to jump on some shit just because someone is appealing to your id, because that's exactly what's happening. It's exactly what's happening. Because you're going to find yourself in bed with people you don't want to be in bed with. That's all I'm telling you.
That's never a good thing.
That's never a good thing. Other than that, this week, of course, we've had this new cat in here. And and she is an absolute terror.
Mm-hmm.
Bouncing off the walls because she's a kitten. She's a kitten.
Uh-huh.
No, kitten.
Yeah.
She bouncing off the walls. She loud as fuck. I am on a regular basis to get your attention. She's a flight risk because every time you open the door, she run into the door.
Yo,
already.
That's funny.
She's a flight risk. So like she's already got outside once. It's just that she didn't. It took her a time to, I guess, a minute to get her composure because the world is big and she is so very small.
I don't know what to do.
Right.
I'm like one of those dogs chasing cars. I wouldn't know what I'd do if I could.
Oh no, special space. I did not put the snake or cucumber, but I am effectively, I'm effectively quarantined off now, where she can't get to my stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so she's a terror. She's constantly on some bullshit. Oh, and finally, so and there will be no spoilers, by the way, on this episode because SBJ has not seen this yet.
Bruh, I started to watch it this morning, but I sat down. Never mind. We'll get into that.
Yeah, but like finally, Mr. Feige ran me my widow.
Facts.
It's been a long time, but I should be pissed about that, but I'm not because I enjoyed what I saw.
Right.
Some really strange developments, there, but I enjoyed what I saw. So I'm gonna give Feige a pass, and the other reason I'm gonna give him a pass because until I saw this trailer last week, which we did a reaction on the Metas and Mutants show,
absolutely
reaction on. If not for that trailer, my next complaint would have been, "Hey, yo, Feige,
right?
Run me my what if." Well, we got a trailer that gave us an actual date, August 11th, for the What If cartoon animated series. It looks great.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna bother Feige right now. Leave him alone. You won't see me running through the hallways killing execs. Run me back. No, I'm not doing that. I'm kind of satisfied right now with the level of this content is going, how frequent we're getting it.
Right.
With the knowledge that the only reason why we're getting this shit back to back like this is because 2020 was such a shithole.
Such a drastic stretch.
Yeah.
The longest stretch since the inception of the MCU. The longest stretch without new content.
Facts. Absolutely. So other than that, I do have to do some reshoots today for one of the music videos we did. I've been contemplating that all week and getting my shit together for that all week. This is another thing about that cat. I was actually going to do that yesterday.
But
okay, so this is what happened, right? That kitten cannot be left in here alone. and she wasn't going to be at first. And then my mother-in-law went out. So I said to myself, I could put her in a cage and go out and do my business, but there's no telling how long I'm gonna be.
You wouldn't feel right doing that.
And I don't like the idea. Like I like her in I like her in the cage when she should be in the cage.
Right.
But then during the course of the day, getting exercise and all that other shit and needing to be, getting them runs out of her so she'll go to fuck to sleep when it's time to go to fuck to sleep. Because then she's still a baby, right?
Right.
It didn't seem right for me to just walk out of here.
Yeah, I get it.
Now, and not only that, a cat will destroy your shit if they can when they young like that. Oh, this looks fun.
Right.
Pull your shit down, right? So I couldn't take that chance. It's one of those type of things. So I was like, you know what? I'll just wait. And then by the time my mother-in-law came back, the temperature had went up so high. Listen, check this out. I ain't got no problem with heat. No problem at all with heat. But I do have a problem lugging equipment.
Thanks.
Lugging a bunch of equipment in the heat. So I was like, you know what? Then it rained. I was like, well, that's it. That's it. But today is a different day and it's only be like 84 degrees today.
Yo, this breeze
It
is
feels
lovely,
nice,
my guy.
outside. I've been
I
out
ain't
there, but
gonna
all of a
hold
sudden
you.
it feels nice. So yeah, I'm gonna grab my lights, camera, and then it's action. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Then it's action. I'm handling my
Mhm.
business with that, get that done so that we can at least move the chains along a little bit more with that project coming up. It's because, I mean, look, I know it's a lot of work. I know we putting a lot of stuff in this,
Mhm.
and it's just an EP. But
Yeah.
we want to. This
Facts.
is what we want to do. So
Facts.
that's what I got to do. Other than that was my week. What was your week like, SVJ?
Listen, things occurred,
Mm.
and then now we're here. That's pretty much.
Did you? Now the question is, did you start from the bottom? And now,
Well,
here.
Listen. So there's an ending to the PC fiasco of 2021.
Damn.
There's a happy ending to the PC fiasco 2021. Quick rundown. Decided to get a computer in May. Ended up ordering one.
I'm gonna stop you right there. He was imminently salty that I got a new computer.
That's not what happened.
Oh, please.
That's not what happened.
My car was the ray tracing beast.
Yeah, that's fair. That's absolutely fair.
He was like, this cannot go unchallenged.
That is not the case. That is not what happened. But I decided to get a new computer in May. Around the 20th. Well, not around. On the 20th is when I actually made my order. It was scheduled to be shipped on July 19th. Again, a date that's still not here yet.
Right. Special space with the clap back, says the guy who's salty of the other's morning.
So it was scheduled to be shipped on July 19th, not delivered, shipped, which is still over a week away from today.
Yes.
So around sometime in June, I looked again because us compulsives, we tend to check up, but don't give us information. Basically, don't give us information because you know what we're gonna do with it. So
yeah.
Keep checking. There is no update to my order, and they had not taken my money. It's now June, like 11th or so. So it's like 3 weeks after I ordered it. So I'm like, y'all bugging. I'm canceling this. Canceled it. It was easiest cancellation ever. Hey, we didn't take any money, so we can just go ahead and cancel it if you want. Yeah, do that. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna find something pre-built if possible, because that is my easiest way to make sure I get it in a timely fashion. Thought I found something pre-built. It was a better computer. Went to buy it, and it said estimated delivery July 1st. I'm like, oh, so it's not pre-built. but it's not as long of a time as the first computer was. Right. And it's a better computer. The only thing that keeps the prices close, it did cost a little bit more. Only thing that kept the prices close is the storage. It wasn't as much storage in this computer as the other one that I was looking at, but I could buy storage. Right. And I still have storage in my old computer that I could just transfer. Like, that's not an issue. I got storage. So
you want storage? Nigga, we got storage.
So
I need more storage.
I ordered that, said it would be here July 1st. That was last Thursday, not the one that just passed, but the one before that. That Monday, I looked at the order status. Now they had taken my money already, so I mean it's HP, so huge company. Already knew. I know it's coming. That's right. That's not the issue. But the issue was there was no update to the order. It had the steps on the line that it gave you were ordered, assembled,
Avengers.
complete. Ordered, starting assembly completed, shipped, delivered.
So at no point, okay, I guess ordered would cover that.
Yeah,
Paid
it
for.
just stuck at ordered. Yeah,
Because
right.
the reason I say pay for is because they didn't even the first one.
Yeah, the first one they didn't even take my money.
Your money. Yeah,
it was just like, yeah, we're gonna take your word for it that you got this money. That's basically what they did. We're gonna take your word for it that you got this money, and we're gonna go ahead and build this. Why would you? I mean, and I'm done complaining. If you're in a situation where if you're in a situation where you're about to get some money in a relatively short amount of time, and you want to get a computer, I think I went with CyberPower. If you want to get a computer for CyberPower, you can order it now, and they ain't gonna take your money. I don't know if they put a hold. I don't know, because I was freely able to spend my money, so I don't know, but whatever.
I don't think they put a hold on it.
They couldn't have.
Yeah.
But so I went to I ordered it, and the week that it was supposed to get here, that Monday, I looked at the order and there was no update. It still wasn't at starting assembly. And I'm like, oh, come on.
Right.
What are you doing? It's supposed to be here 3 days from now. Like, what are you? So then Thursday, the day it was supposed to be here, is when this saga started. Let me read y'all this shit. So these, and I still haven't finalized whether I'm going to complain or not.
Wait a second. Special Base asks, did you happen to get a GPU that's hard to find right now? GPUs, but yes.
Yeah. No, that was the delay.
Yeah, that was the delay.
Absolutely the delay.
And fortunately for me, I didn't have such a delay. I don't know how I slipped through the cracks because I have the RTX 3060 Ti, and on your computer it's the RTX 3090.
Yeah.
Right.
No, absolutely. That's why I was okay with the shipping time.
Right.
It wasn't the shipping time that was the issue. It was the lack of updates on the order that was the issue in both cases to that point. So Thursday comes, the day it was supposed to be here, and I know it was the estimated delivery date, so I wasn't like upset about it not being there that day.
Right.
But it was just a lack of fucking updates. So Thursday comes, I finally see an update, and then this fiasco started with FedEx. These are this
fiasco was, listen, there's no, I don't think fiasco is a strong enough term for the bullshit they put you through to get this goddamn computer.
These are the updates. I'm just gonna read the updates because a lot of them. These are the updates. Thursday, July 1st. In transit, estimated delivery to Baltimore, not available. Friday, July 2nd. Scheduled for delivery tomorrow, 7/3. Saturday, July 3rd. Your delivery is rescheduled to Tuesday, 7/6. That was at 8 o'clock. At 8:26, your delivery is rescheduled to Monday, 7/5. At 8:26, right after that, your delivery is rescheduled to Tuesday, July 6th. 10:20, delivery attempt, 7/3. Time, 10:09. So in this one day, it was rescheduled to Tuesday, then rescheduled to Monday, then rescheduled to Tuesday, then a delivery attempt had been made.
Damn it.
Sunday, your delivery is rescheduled to Monday, 7/5. Monday, hi, your package is now out for delivery today, 7/5. That was at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
6:17 p.m. Your delivery is rescheduled to Tuesday, 7/6. Tuesday, hi, your package is now out for delivery today, 7/6. That's at 8 o'clock. 6:55 p.m. Your delivery is rescheduled to Wednesday, 7/7. 9 p.m. Your delivery is rescheduled to Friday, 7:09. Wednesday comes, 8 o'clock in the morning. Your delivery is being redirected as requested. 3:49. Estimated delivery is updated to 7/8. So that's Thursday. 4:18. Finally, your package is ready for pickup. And then at 5:53, when I picked it up, your package has been delivered. All right, so
damn it.
This is what happened. When I realized that the delivery was going back and forth between Monday and Saturday, which were both days that my job's closed. I tend to get my important deliveries delivered to my job because I go there 5 days out of the week. Mm-hmm. So if it's something that's important and I don't want to miss or risk someone taking or miss them taking it back to the delivery place, then I get it sent to my job. Right. Best case, I mean, if it's something like that I'm impatient about, if I'm not down there, then I'll go down there and get it. If it's something that I just need, I'll just wait till the next day because I'll be in there the next day. So when I realized that it was going to be coming on a day that I wasn't there, I tried to change it to, hey, instead of delivering it, leave it at a FedEx place. Right. I'll come get it.
Right.
I'll come get it. Well, great thing that in any other circumstance would not have bothered me at all.
Right.
HP does this thing where they disallow that. They disallow any changes to the delivery of the package for important packages. That makes sense. It's a security thing.
Yeah.
In order to fix that, you have to call HP, verify that you are you, and then tell them what you want it to change to be, and they will tell FedEx. Well, FedEx didn't tell me that until Friday. Mm. And that move takes a whole business day to go through. Jeez. Well, from Friday to Tuesday, there were no business days. So that was a whole thing. So this other thing, I get the notification that it's there. I go to pick it up.
Right.
I go in the FedEx place. I'm greeted by a young man. He says, "How you doing? What's going on?"
So how your mama doing?
Okay, all right. So I'm here for a pickup, my good man, my good chap.
Is that?
Okay, I'm here for a pickup.
Hold up, you picked it up in Baltimore, right?
Yeah.
Who talks like that? Nobody talks like that in Baltimore.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I didn't have to be from there. I didn't have to be from here. But anyway, I'm here for a pickup, my good chap. And he says, "Oh, okay. Well, I'll be glad to assist you with that. What did he ask? Is it a big package?" Right? Mm-hmm. Nigga. I say, "It's about 15 pounds. He says, "Oh, okay. Well, like, how big is it?" I say, "It's a computer." He says, "Okay, I'll be right back." He goes in the back. The issue with this particular location, it's not a normal issue. It's just an issue in this instance, and right. Because it's me, is I can see the back. I can see it from where I'm standing.
Right.
This motherfucker, after the conversation we just had, he picks up an envelope package.
Right.
And checks it. Sir, I literally just told you it was about 15 pounds and it's a computer. Why are you picking up something not big enough to put a tablet in and looking at it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I had been to this FedEx place before because when they said it was out for delivery on Tuesday, I went down there just to make sure because clearly the tracking is fucked up.
Right.
I wanted to make sure that it hadn't been delivered. So I'd come here already, and it was a different person helping me, and I'd gone through this process. So I knew that they don't keep the bigger packages where he was going.
Right.
So my first thought before I saw him pick up this envelope was, why are you going back there? Fuck it. Maybe it's protocol. Maybe they have to go to that spot first before they go to the other. Maybe. Right. I don't know. But I know for a fact from personal experience the day before that, nah, it's not over there.
Right.
Because that's not where they put the bigger packages. But anyway, and then this nigga proceeds to pick up an envelope. What are we doing here?
You know what
I don't understand. What? Sir, Charles.
Maybe they sent your computer there and a picture of your computer.
Right.
And that
Charles, I told you it was 15 pounds.
Chuck.
Yeah, it's Chaz. It's not back there, my guy. So he comes out of there and goes to the second place and comes back and gets with the computer. I'm like, fine, whatever. Right. So anyway, another thing happened to me. I mean, that's not. I finished it. Yeah, whatever. The computer is here. It's beautiful. It's lovely. It's amazing.
Chazzy D.
I've named it Okoye.
Wow.
And she's beautiful. She's quiet right now because she ain't doing nothing crazy. Because
you want her to be quiet. She needs
exactly. Yeah. Funny thing, right? So I use both of the computers for mining crypto, but this one not full time because it's new. I want to get as much time out of it as I possibly can. But nigga, listen, this if I was able to keep this one mining crypto 24/7,
right,
nigga,
wow,
the amount of money that it would bring in,
wow.
If I left this doing that 24/7, first of all, it would be hot and shit in here. It would be really hot. Yes, but on top of that, it would bring in more than $300 a month.
Wow.
So, but again, it's not worth messing this up.
I was about to say,
it's
by
not
the time,
and that's just potentially. That's just me being no. That's just me being cautious. Because I really have no reason to believe that it would get messed up.
Well,
it's just that
heat is never good for your computer.
Right. Anyway. But that leads to what I was saying. I have a standing fan pointing at it.
Oh, me too.
And I forgot that the fan was on. So when I wasn't doing that, I was sitting here, I'm like, yo, why is the computer still so loud? And then I was like, oh,
it's the fan.
I turned the fan off. Silence. And I'm like, oh,
yeah,
shit.
Feel the sound.
You were behaving. My bad. You were behaving.
Yeah.
Because I was worried. I was worried a little bit.
Fan on too. Because this is new.
Yeah.
I'm fairly confident in the components and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to, when I get a chance to play games, I like to play at ultra setting. Because again, my philosophy is I didn't pay all this money for this thing to be still getting the same type of graphical experience or near or just a bump up in graphical and play experience as I had with the other 1070. No. So to
your shit took a shit again.
To mitigate any chance of it being damaged because of it getting too warm or hot and components up, or even just wearing that.
Mike says you don't pay all this money to play solitaire or Minesweeper.
No, hell no. Hell no. I keep my fan on because I'm gonna give it every chance in the world to last as long as I can get it to last. And there's some upgrades I got to make. I need some more RAM and shit like that. But shit, you look all right. Fans on. The only time I turn the fan off, I'm recording some music or some shit.
Yeah, that's the only reason I turn it off.
That's it.
We're doing the podcast.
Yeah, mine's still on too. That's ass. Can you hear mine?
Well, I mean, not really.
See,
just slightly.
Yeah,
but yeah, I turned because I was like, yeah, let me turn this shit off. It's relatively cool in here right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny because literally all I did for the old computer, I still have it. It's now 24/7 going to be mining crypto. All I did was take the side off, and it's not as hot in here as it was before. I don't really understand how that works. Yeah, I really don't understand how that works.
Right.
But anyway, yeah. So it's a thing of beauty. Thing of beauty is a joy forever. John Key said that. And
while we're doing quotes, I could throw one out there too. There exists no freedom from me.
Okay.
There's only freedom through me. Apocalypse. There you go.
I can rock with that. I can rock with that. So wait. HP. I'm trying to find
new computer equipment smell is the best smell. I concur.
Bruh.
I concur. Like,
bruh.
Listen. It's a special thing. Special. And you end before it starts running crazy and slower.
For sure.
You end before that. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And I've had mine for what, 2 months or so now. Mm-hmm. And it still amazes me with shit. So I mean it'll come a day when it won't. Okay. But that day is not today. That day is not today.
Now, so I actually do have liquid cooling, Mike.
I do not.
But again,
my last one.
That's why I said that's just me being cautious. I'm not. I don't like. I don't feel like it's going to kill, like it's going to absolutely destroy my computer.
Right.
What I feel like is I'm just going to do it for a few hours a day versus doing it 24/7.
Right.
Because realistically, I only have it using the GPU. So I can do pretty much anything. The only thing I can't do on my computer while I mine crypto on a new computer, while I mine crypto, is edit video pretty much.
Yeah.
And play the game and play games. Yeah. Like those are the only two things I really do that are GPU intensive.
Mike says, indeed, you can't wait for the RTX 30 series to come down in price a little. Probably once they announce the 40 series. Yo, it's like Special Space said. It's an arms race.
Yep.
It's an arms race.
It's just how that goes. So one of the days that I was at work this week, I only went to work 2 days this week. It is what it is. Shush. So one of the things that happened, I stopped to get lunch, and I stopped.
You should never do that
at a place, a location, not the franchise. I frequent, and I wouldn't say frequent, but I go to this franchise relatively often.
Right,
but this particular location, never, and it's because of the patrons that happen to frequent the type of patron that happens to frequent this establishment in this location.
It must be ass.
It's one of the reasons why I don't tend to go to this location. So I'm in line, Panda Express. I'm in line, and I overhear this conversation. The lady saying, all right, I want a bowl. No, I want a plate, and I want the rice, fried rice, and I want double beef and broccoli. Seemingly innocuous order. Nothing wrong with that.
You said double beef. That's
I mean the plate comes with two entrees.
It's a little different.
No, I mean the plate comes with
different.
2 entrees. You could have gotten beef and broccoli or a different entree, but she just wanted double beef and broccoli.
I don't believe I have ever ordered double beef and broccoli.
No, it's never happened for me. Especially at Panda Express, because they have variety. So I tend to not do that. But it is what it is. That's her prerogative. She's absolutely entitled. Here's the kicker.
There's a kicker?
So the lady is filling her order, putting the beef and brock, the double beef and brock on her plate. And this lady starts to go on incessantly about, no, don't put that much broccoli. I don't really want that broccoli. Ma'am, why are you putting all that broccoli on my plate? I don't really like broccoli like that. Ma'am, what?
If she didn't want any broccoli.
Yo, it's in the name.
Yeah. Like, why get beef and broccoli?
And you can see it. It's not like it's behind some corner wall.
Hidden. Right. It's right there. You can look right at it. Yeah.
It's literally right here. It's on display.
It's line of sight. It's right there.
It's on display. What did you they have other beef.
I was about to say she should have just went and got some.
They got Beijing, I think Beijing beef or whatever. They got other beef.
She should have went and got a hamburger.
Bro, go get you a steak or something. Like, what are we doing? What?
That's like her saying, if she went and got a cheeseburger, yo, why are you putting all that bread on my?
I'm like, yo, I gotta get out of here. I
gotta get out of this.
But I was behind her. I was behind her. I'm like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. I don't want to be here right now, but I really am hungry and I need this food. But
Mike says, to be fair.
No, Mike.
All right,
hold up.
Say no eggs.
There's a slight difference. I'll say.
Biddy says, "Pass me that broccoli."
Thanks.
No.
Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know.
Bring all the broccoli. Even you have a tragic past with broccoli, but you got over that. I still
like right.
You got over that. So I'm like, yo, what is the difference, Mike? Is when you go to McDonald's, you might approach the cashier and say, "Hey, let me get a steak, egg, and cheese. Hold the egg."
Right.
And that's the end of that because you've expressed that you know what it is, you know what it comes with, and you know what you want. Right. And you've expressed that to the person that's responsible for taking your order.
Right.
Difference here is, and this is very key, it's not assembled yet.
Broccoli assembled.
The difference here is she says, I want double beef and broccoli, can clearly see the beef and broccoli, and the beef and broccoli is already beef and broccoli.
Do you think she could have meant, I want double the beef and a little bit of broccoli?
It's possible, but she didn't say that.
No, well, yeah.
Yeah, so it's possible. Here's this wouldn't even have made the show had she said, let me get double beef and broccoli, little bit of broccoli, just a little bit of broccoli.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have made the show.
Yeah.
No, she said, I want double beef and broccoli, and waited for the lady to start putting the beef and broccoli on her plate and says, why are you giving me all that broccoli? I don't like all that broccoli like that. What? No, stop. What are we doing? Lady, you're in public. Act like it. Act like you've been here before. Whatever.
Some might say she's acting like she's in public because that's how she always acts in public. Some might say that uncouth, loud, abrasive, hyper aggressive.
What is going? Why?
Because,
why do we have to do this?
See. Here's where you mess up. We ain't got to do it.
Yo, Mike is so stupid. Mike said I would have said it like this in her shoes. I'll have a double beef, comma, and
yeah, but he's right though. And that would have made a lot more sense, and it would have communicated and expressed what she want a lot better to the person that was serving her. Had she specified, like, I'll take a double beef, comma, and brock. Double the beef,
little bit of brock. That's easy.
What's that?
Say that.
What's that?
Say that.
The genie said in Aladdin, huge cosmic power. small living space. That's all. That's what I want. What I want.
Hey, like, bro, come on.
Biddy says, when I was 15 in the cafe, first time I ordered a Hawaiian burger and salad. Oh, and said without the pineapple. My brother explained that's what made it Hawaiian.
See, that's true.
Right.
That's true. but there are other, depending on which place you go, there are other aspects to the Hawaiian burger. You have
they say aloha when they serve you? Like what?
No, nigga. You have the barbecue, you have the pineapple, and you have some places have the onions. Like, so it's different. It's a little different.
I need a cheeseburger, no cheese.
See, right. See, that's more egregious. You thinking, all right, I'm gonna try something new. Oh, what's this Hawaiian burger? Oh, I don't think I want pineapple on it though. Right. Let me get the Hawaiian burger with no pineapple. That's fine. Right. That's fine.
How about
cheeseburger
this?
With no cheese?
I want
there's a name for that.
I want a cheesesteak sub, no sub.
Right. Like just throw the steakums on my plate with cheese, peppers, onions. See, Mike said Hawaiian burgers where he is, pineapple, onions, and ham. So like it's different aspects to a Hawaiian burger depending on where you go. Yeah.
I want some water, no oxygen.
You stupid. You just want a bunch of helium.
A bunch of hydrogen.
A bunch of hydrogen, like a bunch of it. Like,
can I get double hydrogen?
Nigga, it's already 2 of them. What you want? All right.
4.
I can't stand you. Let me get an extra oxygen on that, bro. No. That's peroxide. That's peroxide. What are you?
Peroxide.
You can't drink peroxide.
Can't drink. What the fuck?
You can't drink peroxide. Anyway,
give me some Kool-Aid without the aid. Listen.
All right. Yeah, we've definitely gone. We've definitely gone
that's hilarious.
Way too far. Yeah, but that's I mentioned the only working 2 days, so I feel relatively refreshed about that.
That's good.
No, I feel ridiculous about it actually because I was off all last week.
You were,
and then this week, no, I'm sorry, I was off all the week before last.
Before that, yeah.
Then last week was a short week, kind of, because we got off early Friday.
Right.
Then this week, I only went to work 2 days, so I'm relatively refreshed from work. So I'm ready to hit the ground running Monday. I should be at 100%.
She
where's
tried.
the cat?
She attempted to breach security during the middle of the while SBJ was telling his week story or whatever, and she was repelled.
You spray it with water?
Yes, she's round.
Of course you do.
Fuck out of here. Get away from my damn wires.
It's working.
And you know what she always does?
What she always do?
She'll get on the damn thing and she'll go around the end exactly where my audio interface is plugged in and bump that wire.
That's ass.
Yeah.
I was attempting to be optimistic about all of this until you went there. That's ass.
I can't. You know what I mean? She's done that a couple of times when I wasn't paying
You
attention.
won't let her sit in your lap.
Yo, I lose my mind when that happens.
Let her sit in your lap.
No.
I'm telling you. All right, whatever. Just let her sit in your lap.
Never.
It'll happen.
Biddy says the first time my band went to USA, and one friend ordered a hamburger with no ham.
Yo.
She didn't know that's what you called them.
See,
she thought there was ham in it.
That's just cultural differences.
That is cultural differences.
I'm fine with that one.
But it's hilarious.
It's absolutely hilarious.
Like a hamburger without ham. I don't eat pork.
I don't really want. Yeah, I don't really want. I don't really want the ham. You know, like just get the burger.
Just want the burger.
That's what it. That's what
Can I get the ham hock without the ham?
Well, no. All right.
Give me some of that bacon without the bay. Listen.
Shut up. All right. It's time. It's time. We're rolling into this bullshit shenanigans. To now,
and Wendy has stormy lies.
I've gone a long time.
How long?
Without almost 3 years, almost the length of the show, without talking about Wendy Williams in depth.
Actually, we talked about it recently.
Yeah, until last week.
Yeah.
Long time.
Purposely. First time, long time.
Yeah. Shut up. Because I know I mentioned last week. I don't know if it was last week or the week before. I know I mentioned the whole I'm never subscribing to the whole support everything black simply because it's black or absolve every person black of whatever issue. I'm never doing that. The closest I was to that was the whole black women thing.
Right.
So I was purposely trying to avoid.
My nigga, there are terms and conditions with everything.
Absolutely. Every rule has
because some people are just garbage people. No matter what color they are.
Every rule has an exception.
People. Right.
And Monique at times is one of those exceptions. At other times she's not. At other times she's on point. Wendy, I don't recall, because I'm not a fan of hers.
Right.
I'm aware that's a part of the bias. My perspective. I don't recall her ever. I don't know. I can't tell you. I've never experienced her being on point. Like
me either.
But again, I'm not a fan of her, so I don't know if I'm just missing
me either.
It. But
there
I've never experienced.
There are people I'm not a fan of who I still am aware of their
facts. Your shit took a shit again. I don't know what you were talking.
I didn't catch the notification. Yeah, listen, I haven't like followed her shit, but I followed enough of it. And I gotta be honest, yo, I'm biased because of that shit she did with Meth's wife, yo.
That's where mine stems from.
Yeah, yo, like
that's where mine stems from. Like, if you have, I don't know. I feel like
that shit was egregious.
HIPAA aside, right? I feel like if somebody has an issue, especially when they're so closely connected to somebody that's in the public eye,
right?
If they've managed to keep it out of the limelight,
right?
It's not your business to break that story.
It's not, and there are lines to this jackal-like pursuit of engagement and attention. There are lines that I will not.
Well, to be fair, in my opinion, if the story is already broke,
that's different.
Talk about
it. That's different.
Talk about it. That's fine.
If you learn something, certain things, if you learn something that's not being reported, not being talked about, and it's of a certain type of sensitive nature, why are you the one to break it? Like,
especially depending on how you came across this news, because you used to be more closely connected to us.
Right. That's a fact.
And it's those connections likely that got you that information.
Yeah. Listen, bro, I am well aware that my principles have prevented me from making more money.
Sure.
There are certain lines I refuse to cross.
Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, he won't say it on the show, but the next project after just an EP is his trap debut. So,
yo, don't listen. Let me tell you something. If this nigga tells you it's raining outside, go check.
I'm just letting y'all know because he won't admit it.
Go check.
I know it was supposed to be a surprise, but because you said that, it just reminded me of that. So
go check. Listen, but it's certain lines, certain things I'm not going to do because
Facts.
I don't like the way it makes me feel.
Facts.
And at the end of the day, I gotta live with myself. When it's all said and done, I gotta look in the mirror and see myself. Damn, you did that. So I get that for people in certain spaces and the whole entertainment field, that has been effectively exorcised from them. Like, oh, this gonna get me talked about. Oh, this gonna get my name in papers. Oh, this gonna make me stand out more. I'm going to do it. That's not me.
All right.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Don't get me wrong. Like, I've seen this before where people will say, "What tombstone?" At times you rap violently. Yeah, I don't got a problem with violence.
Yeah.
Violence is a tool. I don't have a problem with that. But you won't hear me get on any of my music and disparage women.
Right.
That's old me from back in the day, talking that dumb shit.
I've heard it.
Shut up.
Oh, okay.
That's old me.
Yeah.
That's not me now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not doing it. Especially now that I have an audience. Nah, B. Back when I was doing it, I had no damn nobody know who the fuck I was. You know what I'm saying? I know who the fuck I was. Nah, not with it. Not with it.
Yeah.
I can't look in the face of my daughter. And I'm on there saying the wildest shit about women, specifically black women. Ain't happening. It's not happening. It's
not prudent.
Nah.
All right. So Wendy Williams. Matter of fact, let me
Hey, now Millie just walked down the steps.
Yo, 9 Millie.
Oh, he gone now, but
why you wait so long?
I mean, he moved so fast. Like, he just got down the steps and he was out of the line of sight.
That's right.
What? You're not Millie. You're not Millie. 9 million people was listening to this man when he did that thing with JPEG Mafia.
That's what happened.
9 million people was watching that shit.
That's what
So
happened.
SPJ named him 9 Millie.
9 Millie. That's my man.
9 Millie.
No, don't do that. Don't. Why would you ruin it? Why would you ruin it? That's my man. Don't insult him like that. All right, so I'll play the video before we get into the article.
Okay.
Let's see. Share screen. Boo.
Boo.
Well, yeah, because all right.
I have no idea who this is. Neither does Norman. Neither does one person in this building. Maybe Sus does. Do you know who Swavey is? Clap. Clap if you know who Swavey is.
Stop clapping.
Sus?
Nah, it's not my cup of tea that I got going on right now.
Well, he's a TikTok star. He's got more followers than me. 2.5 million.
On TikTok, but on Instagram, you have more followers.
Well, as my son Kevin would say, no one uses Instagram anymore.
What?
And as far as TikTok, I don't use that at all. I don't know what that is. I don't want to be involved. So here he is. He's 19, and he was murdered Monday morning.
All right. So this is what we're doing.
Hold up. Swayze. I didn't know him either.
Swavey.
I don't listen to TikTok. I don't go on TikTok. I've been on there a couple of times, but it's not
Right.
a place I frequent.
Yeah.
That man. What's up, Joe? That man has a mama.
Mm-hmm.
That man has other family members and friends.
Mm-hmm.
And you put his image up there for ridicule, basically.
Yeah.
And he just got murdered. Now I don't know
You
why.
literally buried the lead on this to get your jokes off.
I don't even know if saying that's in poor taste is strong enough.
Well, let me get to the article. Wendy, how you really doing? Reporting on someone's death this way? Clap if you've ever witnessed the complete circus that is the Wendy Williams show. According to BBC. Well,
because I've seen pieces.
So yeah, facts.
Not.
According to BBC, popular TikTok star Swavey, born Matima Miller, was shot on Monday in Wilmington, Delaware. His family later confirmed that Swavey had died at the age of 19. Earlier this week, the following message was posted on Swavey's official Instagram account. On behalf of our family, we would like to say thank you for the continued support and love for Matima Miller, also known as Swavey or Babyface. It is with great sadness that we announce Swavey's passing on 7/5/2021. He was taken away from us due to a senseless act of gun violence. This is just the beginning. We will forever keep his name alive and continue his legacy. The caption continued. The impact he had on others remains unmatched. The family has also launched a memorial fund for Swavey. That's BBC's reporting. Wendy Williams reported it a tad differently. And I just played that. Wendy began by asking the audience to clap if they know who Swavey is. To limited reactionary applause. She then sauntered even further into the shallow waters by comparing her following numbers to the late TikTok creator, who had nearly 3 million of them, while her supervising producer, Norman D. Baker, pettily pointed out that she has more followers than
the D is for douche.
Instagram. After all of that kikiing, she matter-of-factly announced that he was murdered Monday morning. How you doing that? What you doing? It's one thing to chuckle about a quirky blip or several throughout Williams' wildly chaotic show, but this is someone's life here. And shame on the producers for constantly exploiting this type of coverage. And this isn't the first time Wendy is trending on Twitter for something like this. This past December, she did it to her mother in pretty much the same way.
I can't believe that her mama and my mama got the same name.
She kind of did the same thing to him. Like it wasn't a comparing followers thing, but she kind of set it up the same way with her mother. Plus, longtime listeners remember Wendy's shameless exploitation in her radio days. Specifically, most people cite the time Whitney Houston had to snatch those edges across the airwaves. Most recently, it was Tabitha Brown's Southern Belle branded read that had folks talking. Of course, Twitter is fed the fuck up with Wendy Williams shenanigans. One person says Wendy Williams will have a lot to answer for one day. And it's always made me uncomfortable that a lot of the people she targets for nastiness are black, and so much of her audience is white. The way that Wendy Williams introduced the story about that TikTok star's passing was offensive. I swear she still thinks she's on radio with the way she discussed it.
We talked about this earlier. What did I talk about? It's that talk radio bullshit from the fucking 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wendy Williams show needs to be canceled. Wendy Williams' list of crimes. She should be canceled. She is a miserable human being, not a good person at all. There's a lot more online. These are the ones I could think of the list. Let me read them. These are the things that she's done and said. NAACP and HBCUs are racist. Beyonce has a 5th-grade education. Slut-shaming and blaming Rihanna for Chris Brown beating her. Saying Britney needs to be under conservatorship. Slamming Meghan Markle. Well, it depends on what she.
Yeah, what she slammed.
I don't know. I don't know
what she said. Yeah.
Leaking the news that Method Man's wife has cancer. We talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Falsely claiming Tupac is a rapist. Making fun of Joaquin Phoenix's cleft lip. Her disrespectful comments on gay men wearing women's clothing. Saying Terry Crews wasn't brave for coming forward about being sexually assaulted. Regardless of how we feel about Terry, that was bullshit when she...
Fuck Terry. She shouldn't have said that.
Absolutely. Facts. That exact energy.
Yeah, that's it. Fuck Terry.
When she asked 18-year-old Marcus Scribner if he was a virgin, when she made the Price is Right joke, the Price is Right joke while talking about the murder of Amy Harwick, Drew Carey's ex-fiance, who was strangled and thrown off a 3rd-floor balcony. when she made fun of Ariana Grande's appearance and claimed she wasn't a real woman because she's too small. When she defended Trey Songz after Keke Palmer called him out for pressuring her to be in his music video and then featuring her in it without her consent. And when she said Trey Songz was dreamy while talking about his domestic violence charges. Again, there are more, but this is just a quick compiled list from the top of this person's head.
And let me say this, right? So when you are in that business, particularly she started out in the radio, that talk radio, she's a bastard child of Howard Stern and all that shit. But when you start out in that business for as many years back as she has, and you started off doing that weirdo bullshit, but you know it's like a train wreck, people can't turn away, so you get all this engagement. The amount of bullshit she has said over the years, that list there, I don't even believe it's 1% of the shit she has said that has been mostly to be talked about.
Yeah.
To be placed in a space where she is viewed as this very topical, trending name. Her opinions are trending. From her comes Charlatan the Fraud. So you can see where he learned some of his lessons. The way he acted when he first got on the Breakfast Club, the way he acted, shit that got him punched in the face and jumped outside, that come from that whole thing there, right?
Oh yeah, that's her protege.
Yeah. So it just remarkable to me. I was telling SPJ earlier today that you take a Howard Stern, for years he did that type shit and worse. The older he got, the less he wanted to do it because he grew as a person and his wallet grew. Wallet grew. So it's not that he doesn't say some things that I wouldn't have,
right?
But he's nowhere near what he was back when I was listening to him in the 90s.
Yeah,
he's nowhere near what he was then. She has not grown.
Nah, B.
The only thing that grew is her profile. She went from radio, television. That's what grew. Her name recognition grew. But the shit that she does, it's the same tired bullshit. And like I said earlier, that man has a family. And you have a huge platform. And that's how you announce his death, by one saying he's a nobody. Why am I reporting on this? The moment you said, and y'all heard of him, y'all know who he is. That was her trying to make him out to be a nobody. Let me tell you something, Wendy.
No, she specifically said, I don't know who this is. Nobody in this building knows who this is. She specifically
called him a nobody. Wendy, let me tell you something. And this is one thing I've learned being an indie artist. There are people out here that have millions of fans and followers that love them and what they do that a lot of you would have never heard of. Why? Because we live in an era of time where there's various different platforms available for people to get popular on.
Yeah.
There are 7.5 billion people on the planet. So 2 million is a drop in the bucket. But 2 million is still a lot of fucking people for one person to have reached that enjoy his shit, that's part of their day. Let me go check out what he's doing. Let me go check out what he's saying. So yes, he's famous. Just because your old ass come from old school entertainment and the old school entertainment industry, and you think, oh, if you're not famous on TV, or if you're not famous in the movies, you couldn't possibly be famous. Fuck off. Go on YouTube and you see people, 20 million followers, shit like that. Fuck off. They're stars.
Yeah.
Just because you're not in the lane to acknowledge them or know who they are, don't mean they're not stars. Whatever they do, they're stars with that.
Facts.
Your shit is going, it's basically drying up. that old way of being this is what's famous. This is how you become famous. That shit is drying up and going away. Y'all, the legacy motherfuckers are the only ones that's left, or motherfuckers that get the fortune of being attached to a multi-billion-dollar franchise that's doing well in the movies or on TV or whatever. Those are few and far in between nowadays. The real stars, the stars that are like reaching a bunch of people, they online, baby. Yep. They online.
Facts.
And the sooner your ass acknowledge that and realize that, the better off you'll be. It ain't just about y'all TV talking heads no more. It's not.
Right.
It's not. Y'all legacy acts right about now.
Pretty much.
Y'all legacy acts.
I'm gonna hustle get a residence.
Yo, that shit is disgusting and appalling, yo.
Yo, listen, when I stumbled across this, it was similar to you when you stumbled across it. It was a headline that didn't exactly say what she did.
Yeah.
But it was the first time I saw anybody talking about it, and I was like, well, we did just talk about her last week. So I was thinking maybe she responded to tag.
It was a follow-up, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I clicked on it and I'm watching the video, and then she's like, well, I don't know who this is. And I'm like, yep, she hitting tab back.
Right.
And then I saw the picture and I'm like, what are you about to do? I was not prepared. I wasn't prepared for that.
The level of disgust, man, is just crazy.
I don't.
She ridiculed the shit out of him when she did that second turnaround.
Yeah.
I guess to look at what he got on.
Him up and down. Yeah.
Let me tell you something, Wendy. Styles are fluid.
Facts.
And they also dependent on what community is looking at what. Case in point, that last fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Mario Burris. What did Mario come down? In some cultural warrior, Mayan warrior gear.
Mm-hmm.
Looks weird to my eyes.
Right.
Until I adjusted them. I was like, okay, Africans got shit like that too.
Right.
I love the fact that he embraced his culture. But if somebody don't know anything about it, they go, that look weird.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you did.
Yeah.
He's wearing what his generation deems as fashionable.
Facts.
I don't know what he does on TikTok.
He's a dancer.
He's a dancer. He has a different style.
Yeah.
Maybe the other artists around him, they all look like that.
Right.
It's part of their thing. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You old.
Oh,
you musty. Oh, musty. Dusty. Weak. Crusty. Soft. You don't get it. You ain't there for it. That's cool. But there's 2 million people that try to discredit him. Almost three. They try to discredit him because the people in your little audience don't know who he is.
But not even all of them. And again, that first comment hit. It's always made me uncomfortable that a lot of the people she targets for nastiness are black.
Yeah.
And so much of her audience is white.
It don't surprise me though. Because I see a lot of you niggas do that shit. I'm about to put niggas on blast right now.
Right.
I see a lot of you niggas do that. I see a lot of y'all get an audience with a different demographic other than the demographic that you grew up with. Finally. Because the audience you had at first was from the demographic you grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all get that other demographic and y'all like, fuck home. Fuck them. A lot of y'all niggas been doing that shit for years.
Yeah.
For years.
That's a fact.
Yo, you can't find a balance. You can't embrace the new audience that comes along and say, thank you for supporting my shit and opening your eyes to what I'm doing over here. Appreciate it. Means a lot. And also say, man, the people that back me when I really didn't have this wide of an audience, they the salt of the earth. Gotta respect. You can't do both. You can't do both. Right. You gotta say, fuck them Like, fuck them. Not, well, I'm moving on with some new product,
Right.
like that, and
No,
maybe y'all
no.
no, it's fuck them. I'm a shit all over them every chance I get, make them look stupid, make them look bad, discredit them, disparage them, all that shit. That's what you do? Yeah. I see a lot of you niggas do that shit. I see a lot of you do that.
Yeah.
You're disgusting.
It's atrocious.
And it's in almost every I see it in almost every fucking field of portion of entertainment.
Yeah.
These motherfucking talking heads that haven't done really anything outside of comment on news stories on social media and somehow got popular because of their style of doing it. Maybe their charisma or whatever, they get popular. Or maybe because they're a person of a certain ethnic demographic talking bad about their own ethnic demographic, and there's a market for that. Seen y'all do it too. You have no appreciable talent in anything else. You don't sing, you don't dance, you don't rap, you don't make beats, you don't act, you do none of that shit. What you do is you do commentary, and that's cool, but that's all you got.
Yeah.
Special space. When you got no skills,
all you can do is try to cut down others to get ahead.
There it is. There it is.
Like,
there it is.
Here's the thing. Some people can say, that this is a decent comparison. Now, I don't agree with everything that he does.
Right.
But Nick Cannon's greatest skill is not any of these creative endeavors he's encroached upon. His greatest skill is an amazing businessman. He understands how to put shit together. He understands how to run networks. Right. He understands how to do all this shit. So that is a parallel to Wendy in that she's not particularly talented in any traditional talent. Right. But she does have a specific set of skills. She just chooses to use them for evil. Like,
yeah, she points to
Nick doesn't do
stuff
that.
She had the stuff that she has, she points towards evil.
Right. Nick has made hundreds of black millionaires.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wendy is disparaging
plenty of white ones too.
Community. Facts. Absolutely. By ipso facto, he's made probably a couple white billionaires.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah. But Wendy.
I listen, man. Like, that's just disgusting to me. And some of y'all, like, I would much rather you go away than do the damage that you're doing. Like, yo, to be clear, I want to go away anyway. But what I'm saying is, before I would go out like that, where I become that person, I wouldn't do any of this shit anymore.
Yeah.
Before I start being the type that frequently says things to undermine the community I come from, I wouldn't do any of this shit anymore.
Yo, Special Space says lack of education, lack of experience, lack of personal awareness. I want to touch on that last one because I felt differently. At first, this isn't the first article I came across. The first article I came across when I first saw it was like, this motherfucker don't care about nobody. But then I saw the video about her doing the same thing relatively about her mother, and I'm like, nah, she just don't get it. She just legitimately doesn't have this. This
legitimately shitty and doesn't give a fuck about she did it to her mom. But she could be just completely opportunist. There are people that's like that. They don't. Mother, brother, friend, stranger.
Right.
And we don't know her relationship with her moms. So
that's true. Well, no, she was talking about I'll play it. Might as well. It's by all indications they had a decent relationship. But
she does seem hateful. I ain't gonna hold you. She comes off as someone that's very angry, like myself. She comes off as hateful. She does. She does.
No, I'm not saying that she's not hateful. What I'm saying is she's broken. That's
Yo,
yes,
that's
what I'm saying.
possible. That's
what I'm
possible.
saying. Yes,
that she's suffering from
I'm
PTSD
so glad.
from some
Yeah,
shit she
she's
can't get
broken.
over. Yeah, she
She's
definitely comes off
broken.
like that.
All right, so let me play this video because, like I said, by all intentions, indications from this video, she didn't have a problem with her mother.
My mother, she's like, Wendy, you got them. They're long. You show them. She also talked me into picking out this outfit today. She's also died.
Like, what the fuck?
My mother, she's
What are
like,
we
Wendy,
doing
you got
here?
them. They're long.
Clearly something is wrong with this individual. Like, this isn't, like, absolutely, like I said, her being hateful is a part of this, without question.
Yeah.
But this is special. This is a special type of broken.
Yeah.
What are you doing? That's not how humanity works.
No,
Like, that's
not. Listen, humanity is broken, but not in that way.
but differently.
Not in that way. That's not. That's a you thing.
When I saw that, I was like,
thing.
yo, what are you? What? So, on top of her being hateful, I'm certain she doesn't see a problem with what she did with Swavey.
Yeah, she probably doesn't.
And it's like, because of the type of person I am, I'm interested in what happened to you. Not because I care about you,
right?
Simply because I have the curiosity. Yeah, like, what happened to you, and who did it?
Who hurt you?
Right. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Who did you hurt? And the guilt of
Maybe
you hurting them caused you to be this.
Maybe,
put up this scab that nobody can pick through. Like,
like, yo.
Exactly, Biddy. She does seem that type of person, always pointing out others' faults because she is ignoring her own issues.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, projection all over the place.
Projection, yeah. So it seems like to me.
I'm like, bruh, why is this allowed? Free speech? You want to talk about free speech? She got it.
But see, here you go. Part of free speech, though, is that we get to comment on her bullshit.
Yep.
Pull her in to our vortex of accountability. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a piece of shit for that. And there may not be a law against doing what you did, but you will be held accountable in the court of public opinion.
Facts.
Also, I feel, and this is part of the activist part of me, the fact that you've done that so often, I'm looking at the people that allow you to do it.
Yo, my thought.
That give you a platform to do that.
My original thought when I heard this, I was like, yo, I wonder if the people in the room, her people, I wonder if they know what's about to happen. That was my original thought.
Right. They know.
And then after I finished watching,
depends on how long they work with that. They do, and dude went up there and said the same. Come on, man. Like, trying to discredit that kid.
Like, fuck y'all.
Let me tell y'all something. This is
not necessarily the DJ because he wasn't egregious.
No, not him. I'm talking about the other one. Was like, you have more.
Right.
Fuck up. Let me tell y'all something, man. It is hard as fuck to accumulate a group of people that rock with some of your creativity. That shit is not easy. Ask the millions of starving musicians, actors. It is not easy. So I'm gonna give somebody the benefit and the credit for being able to amass this amount of people
to
consistently support what you do and they gave you a fucking life for real.
Yep.
They gave you a career which to eat off of, and possibly your family eats off of that shit too. That's not a small feat. To try to discredit this guy, like, yo, as much as I don't like any of the Logan Paul, Jake Paul, but as much as I don't like the shit they do, the fact that they was able to accumulate that amass of people to be able to come to their platform every day consistently, eat off of it, and then turn that shit into more bags, I'm going to respect that.
Absolutely.
Because so far, I have not been able to do it on that level.
Right.
So, for whatever reason, even if it's an egregious reason, they got that shit like that. Now, this guy's a dancer, which means that means he was on there dancing, dancing the music stuff. It's one thing if he was up there doing some fucked up shit, and people like to watch fucked up shit because y'all love some toxic ass motherfuckers.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I love some toxic motherfuckers, right? It's one thing if he was up there doing some toxic shit and people was just there because they love to hear, humanity is weird that way.
Right.
He was dancing on TikTok, songs and shit.
Yo, by all records that I've seen so far about who he is, I haven't watched any of his videos, but from people talking about him and people doing videos about him, he was an innocent kid.
Oh, trust me, if Wendy's supporters would have dredged up some shit by now to defend her if he was on there being an asshole.
Right.
They would have done that by now. So
they literally used the word innocent, though. Like, they specifically used the word innocent to describe him. So I'm like, come on,
Joe, exactly. She's a ghoul. And it's a lot of them ghouls, man. Cheap laughs at the expense of a dead man. Yeah.
Fair.
Now, to be fair, I give people a lot of laughs as well, and but my laughs aren't cheap.
Stop it.
My laughs aren't cheap.
Stop it. Stop it.
Listen, Wendy is just like a lot of these other people in that lane, especially the ones that come from that 90s era, man. I'm telling you, 90s radio was a hotbed of bullshit. It was. That's where your Rush Limbaughs come from. Like the people that were birthed in that era right there, in that medium, that went on to do great things. I haven't done any study on it. I haven't looked at the numbers, but pretty sure if you look at it, you could possibly find there's some similarities in how they conduct themselves.
I can think of, Charlemagne has changed. That's the only,
to a degree, he has changed.
He's not a new person, but Charlemagne has changed. That's the only person I can think of that fits that mold that has actually changed, and it's almost clear on why he's a mental health advocate now. So
he is, but
I'm fairly certain it was therapy that.
I'm sure that has something to do. That has something to do with it. I just wish his therapy also reached around to accept a little bit more. Like that whole situation with the girl.
Yeah.
He's not handling that right. He's not handling that right. And it's like,
I don't know nothing about it.
He's not handling it right.
I'm not abreast of any current CTG.
Yeah, she was interviewed recently, and her mom was interviewed recently, and all that. And it's just it's the reason why the dude Kwame Brown, one of the weapons he used against him, and he's not handling that shit right. But at least he made at least a public attempt, right? A public attempt to change the perception about him. Some of these other motherfuckers, they are not, and they will not.
Right.
They are not, and they will not. But fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them. What's the next story? Fuck them.
White fragility strikes back. West Virginia school pauses Black math genius program because white people felt it was critical race theory.
Yo, you know what's crazy? It's to the point now in this current space we in, everything they don't like, these particular type of white people don't like, is critical race theory.
Yep.
If they don't like onions on their cheeseburger, that's critical race. Like they're literally throwing everything into the pot.
Yeah.
With critical race theory now. It's absurd. It's absurd.
Who knew math would be the latest thing white people would be offended by? The word black is now synonymous with critical race theory. for white people across the nation. A West Virginia school has paused a program called Black Math Genius because white parents felt it somehow represented CRT. According to Fox 5, the June 28th Jefferson County regular meeting was the site of an outpouring, of an outpouring of white feelings over math of all things. Black Math Genius is part of critical race theory, and it's meant to divide the people. As you can see, we're divided. If you give special privileges to a group of people because of their skin color, it's discrimination, one woman said at the meeting. What's sad is that I literally knew nothing about this program before writing this, and within 5 minutes, I clearly knew more than old girl who made that comment. The program isn't exclusive to Black students. White students can apply as well. Of the 60 students who initially registered for the program, 2 of them were white. That fact didn't stop parents from using words like racist and segregationist to describe math. Math, y'all. Math. Interestingly, one parent seemed to be offended at the basic concept of summer school. My questions are, why do we need a summer math program? And why aren't the children learning during the school year? Another woman asked the same meeting.
Stop. Wait. As someone that had to go to a summer math program because me and math was horrible back when I was in school.
Mine was art.
Your art was bad in school?
Yeah, I failed art.
Oh, damn.
I failed art. No, I failed art in English. Interesting.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Given what I am today.
Words mean things, right.
Yeah.
But
it is.
No, listen. I had as someone that has had to do that, you don't understand why kids don't learn during the year. But let me explain something to you. Me, this guy over here, I was a class clown.
Yeah.
I was too busy entertaining.
Yeah.
Also, numbers made my brain hurt and it gave me a rash. So during those math class, and I had a shitty math teacher, Miss York. She was a horrible, horrible person. And because of the way she interacted with the kids, it made me resistant to ask questions or any of that shit in her class because of the way she came across, right? There's numerous reasons why your kid did not get any of the stuff.
I had no intention on learning how to draw.
Right.
That's why I failed art.
There's a million reasons why that someone might need some extra shit during the summertime. To be quite frank with all of you, there's an industry around summer vacation. That's the reason why they still have it.
Yeah.
And
English was because I didn't do the homework.
Oh, I never did homework.
I didn't feel like that just wasn't gonna happen. I vehemently refused.
Oh, that was me. That was
any of the
I would do your projects. I would do the papers and all that shit. I'm not doing homework.
So I got a 60, which was failing at that time.
Oh, so wait a minute, you wasn't passing in class, like your test? Because nigga, I would walk out of English routinely in the higher 80s because I ain't do no homework, but I did everything else. Everything else.
He saw that I wasn't doing the homework and he was like, "That's not gonna happen." I'm like, "Yeah, it is." And he like, "All right, well, we'll see what happens when it happens." I said, "Okay."
Special space. Same here. Same here. I failed one of my math classes because I had multiple math classes. Business, I had a business course going through high school. I failed that particular one. So in 12th grade year. So I had to go to summer school that year to pass that so I could get my shit. Same thing.
Ironically, I was always in a higher reading comprehension and math level than my grade. English, this particular teacher was like, "Yo, if you don't do my homework," I mean, I get it in a way.
I'm penalizing you.
Yeah, I get it in a way because it's like, no, I don't get it. I get it because you put your hard work and time.
That's what I was thinking.
But it's just me.
Yeah.
Maybe not just me, but it's just me.
I don't think it's just you.
It's probably not just me, but whatever. Anyway.
That teacher may have probably needed to come to the realization that her homework was trash.
It might not have been.
Nobody liked it.
I just wasn't going to do it.
I had political reasons for why I wasn't doing any homework. How dare you? When I'm home, I'm not here. When I'm here, I do fuck up when I'm in here. I talk shit a little bit.
Technically, anything can
You know what
be
I'm saying?
political. So I guess
This was politics, man. How dare you?
No, I had
you.
no, I had zero legitimate reason.
I'm not doing
I just wasn't gonna do it.
I'm not doing
Like
it.
this.
I'm home.
No, we're not. No,
You
that wasn't even.
know
the
what
reason.
homework is for me? When I was told, yo, you gotta wash these dishes and you gotta do it on a schedule so you can get your allowance. That's homework.
You're dumb. You're dumb. No, it wasn't even that for me. Because I did a lot of my homework I did at school. So like it's just for that particular class.
The fact that they gave you the space to be able to do your homework in the class.
Oh no, they didn't. No, they didn't. Remember, I've always been that kid that would like finish what's necessary and then start talking to people. So once I realized that was the issue, I just spent that time. Yeah, I would still talk to people, but I would spend most of that time if I had the work
in that class.
In
that class, while you were doing the homework, wasn't your teacher talking about the lesson and shit?
Yeah, maybe, but it never mattered.
Yeah,
it never mattered. I still had, like I've only failed those two classes. That was the same year. That was 9th grade. I only failed those two classes.
That's what it was. I was too preoccupied with the bullshit. I didn't hold you. I was preoccupied with the bullshit. I was like, don't get me wrong, that wasn't a constant thing. Early on, that wasn't me. I just didn't like math. But as I got older, I started acting out because I couldn't even tell you why. It was funny. I think I did a couple of things that was funny. People like that shit. And that's how
that works.
Bam.
Yeah. That's how it works. Oh, especially when the homework was study. I'm here. My memory, and I didn't know this then. If I had knew this then, I would be a terror. But my memory is location based.
Right.
So that's probably how I was able to get away with not studying at home as much as I didn't study at home.
Right.
If I knew that then, I would have never even made an attempt to study at home.
Yo, Mike, exactly. That's my exact political point. Mike says, to be honest, I found the concept of homework to be BS. That's like telling kids you got to do overtime. That chaps my ass. Sure. Yo, that's how I felt like, I just spent all these hours in here from early morning to in the mid-afternoon. And you still asking me to go? No, B, I'm not doing
I don't agree with the concept of homework as a whole. Study, if you tell me that here's some things that I need you to read to become acquainted with,
I'm cool with that.
Help that's fine.
I'm cool with that.
But actual work, like, it's busy work for the most part.
That's all it is, B.
It's either busy work or you weren't doing your job as a teacher to be able to get through your
what they'll tell you is repetition.
Sure.
And they figure like in a few hours that you home eating and enjoying time with your family or friends, that'll knock all the shit you learned from and I disagree because it didn't do that with me.
Hold on. I'm not gonna say no way.
I'm sure that's with some people, but I didn't.
But that
wasn't me.
Nah. Like if you really got into if schools were teaching, actually teaching, this wouldn't be as big of an issue.
Yeah,
surely some homework should have effectively been what summer school is. If you showed that you were having trouble getting the lessons in class, then you should have been assigned some extra work to give you more time.
Right.
And given more attention in class as well to get through this thing, but under funding and anyway, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
Back to this. I know this is crazy, but given that parents have to work while kids are off for the summer, learning camps, summer school, and various other educational programs can be a good way to keep children occupied and ensure they're not getting into trouble. I personally remember my mom enrolling me in some science camps and educational programs during the summer. There was also that one time during my freshman year of high school where I did so poorly in math, I needed to retake it during the summer to get that GPA up. Given that the most recent data from Jefferson County shows that Black students have a 25% proficiency rating in math compared to white students' 46%, I'm sure quite a few of the students enrolled in the program might have been in a similar situation. In fact, that low percentage is exactly why the school decided to implement the program. Asada Moore, the creator of the program, immediately knew why the parents were so offended. When you attach the black to it, that is what, without them even knowing what the program is about, threw it into the category of critical race theory. More told Fox 5.
That's the story of America, yo.
Yeah, I didn't start looking into critical race theory until my program was accused of critical race theory. And when I looked it up, it's like, where did they get this from? I mean, this is absolutely nothing about what's in the program. It's about mathematics. It's about the African contributions to mathematics.
Which there were, by the way. There were.
Well,
I know I didn't teach that in school for most of us, but there were.
I mean, duh, because that's where it started at.
No. You talk to a lot of folks, the way they were teaching. The Greeks did it. The Greeks did everything.
Yeah, but Moors had something to do. Never mind.
They don't care about more what? More racism. They don't care about that.
I can't stand you. I hate all your guts. I hate all your guts.
Individually?
Individually, each of them. It's tragic to me that white people are so damn fragile that they're willing to deny children access to education. Just because you're okay with being a dumbass doesn't mean our kids need to be subjected to the same fate. While the school has put a pause on the program, Jefferson County Schools has said it's not abandoning it.
There, I think there's one last little paragraph right there.
Across the country, county and school board meetings have been the site of white people losing their shit over race potentially being taught honestly in schools. This week, the nation's second largest teachers union has said it will defend any teacher who faces backlash for teaching honest history. At this rate, they're going to have to start defending math teachers too.
See, the thing is, right, and when that's why when somebody actually honestly asked me a question about why you want to leave, why you want to, it's real simple. From day one, there's been a hostility to anything me.
I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. I'm bliggity black, and I'm black, y'all.
Day one,
bliggity.
Animus. Animus to anything. There was a time when they wouldn't even teach anything that Black Americans did in schools. Erased all of it. And then for a small window of time, minute window of time in comparison to how old this country is, there's been school systems that have been willing to teach this stuff. Have Black history courses and shit like that, which really should not exist. Black history courses should not exist. It should just be history. Shouldn't be necessary. It should just be history. These people did this. These people did that. This person did this. This person did that. Here's the chronological order of when these things took place. That's what it should be. The reason those things exist is because there's been hostility and animus to teaching it that way. So when you've been accustomed to teaching a certain type of way for years, and been teaching a certain thing, centuries. When you have been conditioned to learn certain things, see certain things, to find out that they were missing some shit, missing some context, missing some facts about that, to some people can be jarring. Well, but it shouldn't be true. This couldn't possibly be true. And then they completely ignored the fact that it was kept out.
For shame.
For shame. They ignored the intentions behind why it was kept out and only focus on the fact that it's now being inserted. They'll say, you separating us by teaching that, but you wasn't separating us by not teaching it?
Right.
They literally left it out. And then some of the fucking propaganda, I get all countries have a form of propaganda, but some of the propaganda that went into the way they teach history in the United States, the propaganda to them was best served by leaving out our contributions and what we did. That helped the narrative for them, right? So, like I said, the small window of time when those things are able to be talked about, look at the backlash. My mom's would be able to tell you that none of the stuff was taught in her school. Nothing about black, none of that was taught in her classes, her history classes. Think about that for a second. My mom's was not born a slave. That wasn't 250 years ago. That's fairly recent, where they wasn't talking about that shit. Certain things I didn't get in school. It was so, but the school I went to, which is funny because it's predominantly black, the high school, predominantly black, in the black neighborhood, black community, mostly black teachers. There was a black history course, and that was controversial, and they refused to continue it after a while. In the black community, right? In the black community. So, yeah, listen. The facts are what the facts are. History is what history is, and when it's uncovered, I don't care what time it happened on the timeline, it needs to be talked about and discussed in a history course. If you attach the word black to anything, black money, I don't want no black money. Anything you attach black to, there's some hostility to that shit. There's hostility. And it's like, yo, and now everything is attached to critical race theory now. Everything. They see your hair. This nigga on that critical race theory shit. That's how it is now. My shirt is black. Oh, shit. You must have bought that from the critical race theory store. Like, that's what they doing now, B. That's what they doing.
Yo said the critical race theory store.
Oh, Joe, I'm dead ass serious. Joe says, not teaching black history in the black community, that's a mental colonization. Dude, yes. That course was in danger. I think it was only up for like they only had it running for maybe a year. And again, the majority of people at the school I went to, my senior high school, was black. Most of the teachers, black. The principal, black. There's animus. There's hostility. And it always has been. And you get tired of it. When you're young, you got the energy to kind of deal with it. I'm getting older. I'm tired of it. Tired of it.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I really am.
Me too.
I'm tired of it. Tired of having had the conversations. Tired of it. Teach it.
Yeah. Well, sure.
Special Space says, I don't like the idea of any discriminatory education, but I think the idea of a black math group is a good way to encourage more black students to engage when they wouldn't otherwise. And here's the thing about that. They didn't stop white kids from going to the class.
No,
they can sign up too.
It just, if I made a program,
right,
for disenfranchised whites, and I called it the White Trash Special, nobody who I'm looking to serve would sign up for it.
Facts.
That's how this works. That's why it was making a reference to the excellence of black people, because it wants black kids to want to be a part of the program.
And to understand that it is not, as a matter of fact, it's not that we just aren't cut out,
right,
to be with, because man, it's so many hate games that was played with my community, the kids in the community that grew up to become adults to teach that same shit back to their kids. It's so many head games that it took me to be an adult to see past. So I can only imagine what kids are getting, because as a kid, I got that and didn't really question but so much about it. You know what I'm saying? That you're going to have to do certain things to address specific issues with specific groups. For instance, we all don't have, what's up, Fabo? We all don't have the same history here. We don't. At least we don't stand from the same perspective from that history. So the stories my grandfather told me, if you come from a different demographic than I do, y'all not gonna have the same stories about the 60s.
Right.
Y'all not gonna have the same stories about the 50s, the 40s. My grandfather was born in 1913. Trust and believe his stories are going to be different. They're going to be different. But you can't then say that this is a melting pot when you don't want to include all the ingredients. Yeah. And then you can't expect me to feel invested in it. If you're literally the only time you tell me I'm a part of this when you need us to go to war. I'm gonna share this too. A memory came up the other day. which you can paraphrase it any way you need to make the point that I'm making. I said on Facebook, I said, peacetime. Fuck the poor. They lazy as shit. Good for nothing. We don't have to look out for you. Everybody for themselves. Wartime. My fellow Americans, we are all in this together. The enemy doesn't care about you. Me. Which enemy? Which enemy don't care about me? That's the shit they do here. If you want a melting pot, you can't keep treating these different demographics like they shouldn't be invested in this place. Except for when you need them. Except for when you need to fill your platoons and your battalions up with their kids because of some beef that they really have nothing to do with. We have to save the country, y'all. Grab that M16. That shit's it's corny, it's hypocritical, and the moment more people start seeing that for what it is, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Facts.
That's the other thing, Joe. Joe says, also, a melting pot isn't supposed to be homogeneous. Or homogeneous, my bad. If anything, it's more like a good chili. In chili, all the ingredients make a collective flavor, but you can still taste the individual elements. Mm-hmm. When you leave people out, you can't then say I'm supposed to be invested.
Right.
Why? If everything about me is hostile from the way I look.
Your shit took a shit.
What happened? Oh, yeah. From the way I look, the way I dress, the way I talk, type of music I listen to. If everything is, if you're hostile to all of those things, you can't then turn around and say I should be invested.
Right.
If the moment we say, yo, for a lot of years you have not, the school systems here, not you individuals, the school system here has not taught anything about the contributions from my demographic. That's important to us because if you're telling us that we did nothing, like there are a segment of the population that needs that inspiration, and you're basically saying we did nothing.
Yeah.
We did nothing, right? Also, the way other people look at you, look at your group, and then treat you a certain type of way. They ain't doing nothing for the country. They ain't do shit. Fuck them. Undervaluing you.
Mm-hmm.
We need this to be taught, and then you're hostile to it. You're telling me I'm not supposed to be, I shouldn't be, because look, my mom ain't raised no sucker. If it's fuck me, it's fuck you. I rarely quote Ice Cube, but he had a line on that Kill at Will EP years ago where he said, I was taught back on my block that you don't ride on nobody's jock. For anything they do, fuck him and his crew unless you're getting paid too.
Right.
You're putting people in a position to say, man, fuck them.
Facts.
I ain't getting nothing for it. Hey, why should I feel invested in something that Special Space says bait and switch? It's really a cooking pot. It's really a cooking pot when they want the ingredients controlled. Or they definitely want control. They definitely want control. Like Joe said, we fought in every war. Paid with blood, let alone all the blood, sweat, and toil in the fields. To have people still hostile to our very existence here is a smack in the face and an insult. And that's why I said I don't like that fucking carrot on the stick shit. One day, we won't be as hostile in the 400 fucking years. So where do you invest the energy at now? Do you invest the energy here for another 400 years of the carrot and the stick? Or do you say, I have limited amount of energy. I just do. I'll invest that someplace that's a bit more, that might be a bit more profitable. It's a chance. You start reinvigorating the pioneer spirit. And you don't really want that. If you want this country to be what it is, you don't need people to have the pioneering spirit to go elsewhere. The same way the people in this country did early on with England. I'm leaving. This is trash.
Facts.
I'm leaving. This is trash.
Speaking of trash, though,
mm-hmm.
This next story.
Oh, damn.
Felicia Rashad apologizes to Howard students and parents for insensitive Cosby tweet. So again, I say,
she got to put that apology back in her
still
pocket.
Fuck Cosby and free Britney.
Yep.
The actor and dean of Howard University
And say Brianna's name. You gotta add
facts.
all of them. That's the trifecta right there. The trifecta.
The actor and dean of Howard University's College of Fine Arts was roundly criticized for celebrating her on-screen husband's early release from prison. Days after jumping out the entire window. Wait, before I go any further, just
how do you jump out anything less?
Speaking of this Cosby thing, you know how we always say, I don't know if we said it on the show, but people enter conversations already knowing what they want to say. It might not have really anything to do with the damn conversation that's going on. They have their idea, they have their feelings about something that they want to say.
Yeah, there's a discussion they're having.
They're having it already.
To do with the discussion, right?
None.
Right, and the discussion you're having, right?
So, I guess we did a little cookout thing for the 4th at the homegirl house, and one of her cousins came, and the topic of Cosby came up, and he calls himself trying to explain why Cosby is free today, right?
He fucking up, man.
So I said, oh yeah, he gave, he said some things that led to believe that he was guilty of these things, and the DA promised him he wouldn't suffer a criminal trial, and
if he told the truth, right?
That DA left, new DA came in, he was
so
like,
now,
fuck
that,
that
noise.
That don't got shit to do with me. Right. It's my job. I'm here now. What up? And Cosby went to jail for 3 years. The Supreme Court of Philly said, nah, because the deal's the deal. They made the deal. Even though we don't know if
we don't see any paperwork.
There's no evidence of it.
There's no paperwork of it. It's
so
right.
And he's like, no, that's not what happened. Right? Wait. He's like, no, that's not what happened. My homegirl was like, you might want to chill. He researches things. He rarely speaks so in depth when he doesn't know what he's talking about. She tried to help her. This is what you're supposed to do. Yeah. She attempted. So I don't want to hear shit else. You can't say shit about her. She tried to help her family out.
So when
she made the innocent attempt,
you do not say she didn't do what she was supposed to do when you go in.
So I was like. He was like, no, such and such, somebody he knows is an attorney or something like that. And they explained to him what happened. So I said, okay, tell me what happened. He proceeds to say, well, there was a deposition. In order for the deposition to be used, the DA said that if he uses the deposition, then we weren't going to prosecute Cosby on criminal charges. And I said, yo, that's what you... I said, yo. He said, hold up. I said, all right. He said, yeah. And then they went ahead and used that in the criminal case, and he went to jail, and the courts just came back and ruled that they couldn't do that. I said, yo, you done? He said, yeah.
You finished or you done?
That's exactly what I just said.
You stupid or you dumb? That's what you should have said. You stupid or you dumb? Holy shit!
He just had to. He didn't listen to a thing I said.
Yeah.
He had to. His desire in that moment was to give some information that none of us knew.
Yo, that shit is crazy, dog.
Because he knows somebody that's an attorney who explained to him what happened.
That shit is crazy.
He didn't listen to a fucking thing I said.
You said. That shit is crazy.
That I'm like, yo, I didn't use the word deposition. Why? Because we're not talking to anybody right now who has anything to do with court system, law. They don't fuck with none of that.
You know what, yo?
I know my audience. I read the room.
The fact that he would think that because you didn't use the word deposition. Yo, I cringe at what his context clue skills must be when he was in English class in school.
Yo, the fuck? I'm like, what is going on here?
I can't with people, yo. I can't.
I don't like, bro. You literally just said what. All right. Anyway, back to the article. Days after jumping out the entire window and celebrating the overturning of Bill Cosby's sexual assault conviction on Twitter, Felicia Rashad has offered her most sincere apology to the students and parents of Howard University, where she has served as dean of its College of Fine Arts since May. On Friday, according to CNN, the actor sent out a written mea culpa for tweeting, "Finally, a terrible wrong is being righted. A miscarriage of justice is corrected." As reports of her on-screen husband and longtime friend being released early. Oh, yeah, it was me. Done. Released early from his 3 to 10 year prison sentence circulated Wednesday. My remarks were in no way directed to. Notice how there are no exclamation points in this one. My remarks were in no way directed towards survivors of sexual assault. I vehemently oppose sexual violence, find no excuse for such behavior, and I know that Howard University has a zero tolerance policy toward interpersonal violence. Not only was Rashad taken to task about her tone-deaf comments by Howard alumni and other celebrities like Janet Hubert, Howard itself condemned Rashad's tweet, saying in part that it lacked sensitivity towards survivors of sexual assault. The offending tweet has since been deleted from Rashad's Twitter page, and she tweeted this as a response to the controversy. I fully support survivors, again, no exclamation points. I fully support survivors of sexual assault coming forward. My post was in no way intended to be insensitive to their truth. Personally, I know from friends and family that such abuse has lifelong residual effects. My heartfelt wish is for healing. The Washington Post reports that Rashad's letter mentioned that she plans to participate in trainings to become a stronger ally. It's important to note in all of this that the reason the cause was released early from prison and the reason his 2015 sexual assault conviction was overturned was due to a technicality, not because he's innocent of drugging and raping Andrea Constant or any of the 59 other women that have accused him of doing the same thing to them. It's important to note easily researchable fact about this case again and again, because people like Rashad or that human Pringles man, Geraldo Rivera, and Cosby himself gloss over it with any opportunity they get. And while it seems unlikely that anyone would want to work with him, as the Root previously written about, Cosby apparently doesn't have any plans to stay out of the spotlight and allow himself to disappear into a void of obscurity. From the Philadelphia Inquirer, after the surprise decision a day earlier by the state's highest court to toss his sexual assault conviction and bar prosecutors from trying him again, the 83-year-old comedian spent the evening fielding congratulatory calls from his celebrity pals and noshing on pizza brought in from Zio's in Center City. He stayed up until 2 a.m. telling jokes. His spokesperson, Andrew Wyatt, told reporters camped outside his home Thursday morning. This morning, he's been talking to a number of promoters and comedy club owners over his breakfast this morning. He's just excited the way the world is welcoming him back. Whether Hollywood and the American public are ready to receive him, though, remains an open question. A Bill Cosby redemption tour is easily a top 5 entry on the list of things ain't nobody trying to see or hear. Not only because of the circumstances, but also because the man has not said or done anything remotely funny since the early 90s. That all ended with Ghost Dad and his whole respectability politics kick. Pound cake, pound cake, pound cake, pound cake.
I used to like pound cake.
Pound cake's delicious. He's not going to ruin this for me. Nah, he's not going to ruin this for me. Pound cake's delicious.
So, Felicia, hey auntie, I'm gonna need you to take that apology, ball it up, and put it back in your pocket. Put it back in your pocket. No. Put that back in your pocket. You said how you really thought. The problem we're having is there used to be a time when I used to believe that the internet was the single greatest tool for disseminating information the world has ever seen. Now I am of the opinion that the internet is the greatest single tool for assimilating misinformation that the world has ever seen. Here's the thing. Bill Cosby won't say it. Geraldo Rivera won't say it. The scores of his supporters, be they celebrity or regular people, they won't say it either. They won't say the real reason why he was let go. They're going to let the fact that he was let go become the narrative and build off of that, saying he was let go because he was innocent.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the truth is. When they say in the article, easily checked, you would have to believe that they really want to check it. They don't. They're more invested in the idea they have of his innocence for a couple of reasons. You have people that generally don't think that what he did was wrong.
Yeah.
Not that he didn't do it, that what he did wasn't wrong because of the times.
Yeah.
Right? You have other people who don't want to believe the women at all and use this old trope about he a celebrity, he got money, women gonna say stuff and do stuff to try to get a piece of that money. And that includes either having sex with him or saying that he raped them when they didn't. Then you got another group of people who are projecting, who have absolutely done that and worse to women. And they have such a moral failing that they don't see that as wrong, and they don't like the narrative that it's wrong.
I'm sorry.
Cosby became the hero.
In this deposition, he said he gave quaaludes to women and he had sex with them.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a problematic but an entertaining 3.5 hour explanation on what quaaludes do, go watch The Wolf of Wall Street.
Facts.
And I mean, it won't take 3.5 hours for you to understand, but it's just an entertaining movie. So you might want to finish it. But it explains what quaaludes were and what they did and all that. So
can I hit people with another thing about consent real fast? You do realize in a regular situation where there are no drugs involved, man and woman having sex, in the middle of the act, the woman can decide, nah, I want to keep doing this.
Right.
The man can decide, nah, I don't want to keep doing this. And it has to be respected by the other person. If you continue, you're raping. You're raping. So listen, exactly what I'm saying. No drugs involved, no alcohol involved. You two agreed before the act to have sex. In the middle of the act, she decides or he decides for whatever reason, I don't want to continue doing this. If you continue, you're raping.
Yeah.
The person took away their consent and you ignored it. Now let's introduce alcohol and drugs. So before the actual act, they agree we're gonna get high, drink liquor, and have sex. But after they take the drugs, they drink the alcohol.
Your shit took a shit. Okay.
Your judgment is impaired.
Facts.
So in the middle of that act, yours is too if you took them too.
Right.
Your judgment is impaired. But wait a minute. In that state, you're not in your right state of mind.
Correct.
So either way, you're taking consent away from the person. So again, with Cosby saying, that's what people did back then. I grew up during the era of the so-called Spanish fly. I remember niggas talking about how they were administering that to women. Guess what? In no way was it, I'm about to pour the Spanish fly in your drink, sweetie.
Right.
That was never the case. It was always, let me get you a drink.
Right.
Hand it off to you. You don't know what's in there. People putting roofies in drinks and shit like that. I grew up in that era.
Yeah.
Guess what that was?
Rape. With a capital R.
Some of y'all projecting, and then some of y'all trying to use this bullshit pro-black rhetoric to excuse this shit.
Mhm.
And that's when I realized we don't pro-black the same.
Yo, you stupid.
we don't pro-black the same. We don't.
Yo. Back to Felicia for a second. You're clearly an intelligent and accomplished woman from an intelligent and accomplished family. How is it? And this is one of my biggest issues with human beings. In no way does it make sense that you decided it was a good idea
Yeah.
for you to do this for an 83-year-old man
Yeah.
that has been accused of doing the things that he's accused of. Now, here's my thing. Would it hurt you? And I know the answer because you had, there are receipts that come with your name.
Right.
Would it have hurt you to read up on what happened? Absolutely not. Because again, you are an intelligent and accomplished Black woman from an intelligent and accomplished Black family. This is why you fail. Humanity is fucking doomed when someone the caliber, the ilk of Felicia Rashad doesn't realize quickly enough that publicly supporting the release of
An admitted
convicted,
napalm,
accused, suspected, and most importantly, like you just said, admitted rapist when you're a dean at a college, which is where a lot of this type of shit happens. The fact that the humanity in you of your friend being freed blinded you to all of that is why you fail.
and I want to swing back around to something you said earlier in that beautifully crafted rant. Humanity is doomed.
Yo,
I'm glad you said that, because when the student is ready, the master will appear. We have gone full circle, because the reality is, even them, those among us who are supposed to be the intelligentsia,
mm-hmm. Oh, we fall short.
You know what they are before they're that?
Human.
And what are humans? Say it with me, class. Trash. Absolute trash. Garbino. Refuse.
When I first saw that she made that tweet,
So toned down.
my initial reaction was, oh, she's temporarily taking leave of her faculties. She absolutely needs to be admitted somewhere.
Consider this. Could it be her circle of friends, her bubble of security, her bubble of opinion, her bubble of all of that is surrounded and encased by people who support Bill, love Bill, think he was wrong, blah, blah, blah.
Absolutely.
Could she be so detached from everybody else that she legitimately thought that this was something to be celebrating?
No. Yes, obviously it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's what it is. And I only say that because the end of my rant, you are a dean at a place where this type of thing is known to be rampant.
Yeah. Let me ask you this though. it's a HBC, right?
Mm-mm-mm.
You know how many black people running around here talking about free Cosby?
Oh, facts. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not, even if what you said is the case, I'm not giving her the out of saying it was other people. Because at the end of the day, we are going to put respect on her name. At the end of the day, we are going to treat her.
It lost a
Well,
bit.
absolutely.
It took
But
a hit.
it took a hit. But at the end of the day, we're going to treat her
Like
as
she should
she
know better.
is.
Like she should know better. Yeah, like
she
should know better.
is an intelligent, accomplished Black woman from an intelligent and accomplished Black family.
This is gonna be ass. Is she though? Look, when
I
I'm
mean,
saying
listen. The first part
some
of that
might, yeah,
it deems of revisiting,
right,
maybe.
right. That first part.
What I have known her for, what I have known her to be to this point,
right,
matches that description. So I'm not giving you the benefit of the doubt of yes manism. I'm not giving you that benefit. I'm not. It's absolutely possible and probably likely that she is surrounded with a bunch of
maybe not necessarily just yes men, but how can I put this? The feelings about how people in the Black community at one point felt about gay people.
Yeah.
There were narratives
Mm-hmm.
that were constantly promoted, spread, taught, and if you come up from out of that environment, you will have adopted some of that toxic shit.
Yeah.
Until you're so I'm wondering is her environment so toxic that all of them it's my case I always make about stupidity in a vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid people will say stupid things in a vacuum, meaning they're all together saying the same dumbass shit, and then somebody from outside that bubble comes in the bubble, yeah, and says the exact opposite. That's the truth.
Yeah.
And it throws everybody off into a tizzy. Like, what? Oh, dang, what? Huh? Is it possible that her bubble was so tight that they all been spreading around this dumbass narrative about how he was wrong, that he was about to buy NBC and all this, all this other shit? Is it possible?
Point the second. Felicia Rashad is an intelligent and accomplished Black woman who comes from
definitely
an intelligent and accomplished Black family. She is also one of our elder statesmen.
Oh yeah.
Hold
on for a second. She was.
Regardless,
statement implies representation.
Traction.
Don't represent me.
Traction. My point being, with that title, that imbuement, with that imbuement,
right,
comes a certain amount of responsibility. Why was there not
like Natasha?
Why?
Hold on for a second. No spoilers, Napalm.
I haven't watched it.
Not seen it. Yeah, has not seen it yet.
I'm going to watch it today, but I have not watched it yet. But anyway, that along with this comes certain responsibilities. I will quote Monique on this. It ended badly, but she started off right. Mm-hmm. She said when this whole bonnet gate started, she said, a lot of y'all in the community have deemed me auntie. With that comes a certain amount of responsibility. She is correct on that. One of the responsibilities, Auntie Felicia, is there should have been a millennial Black woman running your social media account.
Yeah, you shouldn't be on there at all.
You should not be tweeting.
You know, I think that is a exceptionally valid point, because how often have we seen now these celebrities who will take to Twitter when they have a momentary lapse of judgment and post something? How often have we made the argument that nowadays, part of your branding is your social media.
Facts.
You really should covet that if you are a celebrity. Now,
Facts.
if you're not an entertainer, somebody, whatever, do what you want, but
Yeah,
there's,
sure.
there's consequences with that in your life as well, right?
Right.
But when you
You
are
shouldn't even know your password.
yeah, like you should have professionals. And I've seen people do it the right way.
Mhm.
Where you can
Absolutely.
I'm looking at shit going,
Yo, you see these companies,
yeah.
and you take a notice of how their Twitter game just went up like crazy, and they wilding out in a good way.
Right.
You know what happened there.
Yeah. They got
you know what
professionals
happened
on that.
there.
They have professionals to do that. Yeah.
Like, come on. There's no reason in the world you should be tweeting. Have a Twitter. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely have a Twitter. But there should be some millennial black woman running that account. Again, you should not even have your password.
Facts.
There's no reason. You don't benefit from Twitter.
Yeah.
You specifically from doing your own tweets. And you don't benefit from that.
That filter would have been necessary. Like if you'd had somebody else doing that shit, you could have went there and said, "Yeah, I want you to post blah, blah," and they could be like, "I don't think that's a good idea." That filter is important. That's a bad move for your brand. Don't do that now because this, that, and the third. But I don't understand. It's like the internet's not new. We keep acting like this shit's new. It's not new anymore. But they keep acting like this shit just popped up yesterday, and they keep doing shit that we've already seen examples of people absolutely failing by doing. We've seen it over and over again. And I told you, I'm very guarded about my social media shit. I talk my shit on there, but there's a line that I will not cross.
Yeah,
because I don't need for that to become my brand. Nope. Also, I don't run to Twitter every moment that I'm angry. I don't run to Facebook or Instagram every moment that I'm angry. Why? Because when I'm angry, it emits such toxicity and radiation that me putting that's literally self-destruct.
Yeah.
That's hitting the self-destruct button.
It's not helpful. You gotta think about it. If you're in a certain position, you're already under a microscope.
That's right.
They are already going to take the worst of what you do and amplify that.
Yep.
So why then would you, when you're in the worst of moods, go to the place where you could be seen the most?
Facts.
It just doesn't.
And some shit is just simple, bro. Like my brand. Just saying my brand. I want for my fan base that when they think of me, they go, he gonna have a joke in his mouth. He gonna troll his friends. He gonna give us some good music every now and then.
Two things. They said that's what friends are for. That's exactly the case. You go to your friends to do that shit.
Yeah, yo,
you do that shit in your group chat.
Facts.
You don't do that shit.
You don't take that shit on the main stage.
No,
B. You don't take that on the main stage.
Second thing, hey, you hit your button. I just look and your button not hit.
What button?
Hit your button.
What you talking about?
Start mining.
Oh shit! I don't have my phone with me.
See,
usually I'm on point.
Yes,
but I'm looking. I was at 30%.
But how could you be inactive? I see you.
I was at 30%.
I see you.
Shut up.
We're talking.
Hush.
We're doing a show.
Hush. My phone was at 30%. I put it on the charger, and the charger is on the other side of my desk, so I forgot about it. That's all that is.
You charge it on the other side of the desk.
Nigga, do you know what I got plugged up over?
You need one of these.
Nigga.
Wireless joint.
No, I don't have that.
Yeah, you need one. That's
I don't have one.
You need one of these.
I don't have that.
You need one of these.
I know. Maybe I do.
But I'm saying I can just go ahead and just put it over here. It's on the charger. It's sitting on the charger. I still see it.
Yo, your new name is the Minor 49er.
These people, man, I just don't understand them. But again, Felicia fucked up. Felicia fucked up. And she wants people to my thoughts after I read her initial tweet. And I was like, well, she's clearly temporarily taking leave of her faculties. After I got over that, I was like, wait, isn't she a dean?
Bye,
I'm like,
Felicia.
yo, this is all right. I knew you were waiting for that.
Look,
I'm like,
I'm about to.
okay,
about to- Just when I put it up here, it was mine, and now it's
no, but it's not though.
See, that?
Okay,
See
I
that
see
right
it.
there?
I see
Right
it.
there?
I see it. Hit the button.
Damn, look at
You're doing
that.
a lot.
Shit.
There you go.
Shit.
There you go.
Mine. Look.
I'll take your word
And
for
now
it.
it's giving me this bullshit.
So, hey, I hear it. I understand. Your shit took a shit. That's what the fuck you get. That's exactly what you get. But yo, I was like, yo, isn't she a dean? And I was like, oh man, this is just so much worse.
I mean, the only deans we respect is Winchester. I don't know what the fuck she over there.
Okay. All right. Anyway. Yeah, yo, it's just this didn't have to happen.
It didn't. It really didn't.
That's the worst part about all of this.
It didn't. None of that had to happen.
You chose, as far as I remember, I could be wrong, but if I'm correct, you chose to avoid all of this while he was going through it.
Yeah, she avoided it. It's like she waited.
How?
She no. I'm telling you why. She was waiting to exhale.
I hate you. I hate you so much. Like so much. Anyway, you managed to avoid it.
Bye, Felicia.
Before while he was in the thick of it, when everything was bad.
Yeah.
You managed to avoid it.
Yeah. Oh, no, trust me. Everything is still bad now that he's
No,
home.
No, but what I mean is when things were dour.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
For him, you didn't. Oh, I'm wishing my brother that you didn't do none of that.
Absolutely.
But now, when he's no longer in jail,
yeah,
you want to. Anyway, let's get this last story.
All right. Napalm says before we go there, well, Joe's right. That's a self-inflicted wound. Napalm says, but are you surprised? Because her counterpart on the Cosby Show made hasty comments downing his own people. Well, I'm no longer surprised. Niggas do be caping like niggas.
I'm not surprised, but that's what I'm saying. Like the humanity is how I knew. Like it's what stopped me from being completely shocked and dismayed about this.
Right, because you know him,
like I'm aware of how smart and accomplished and all that other stuff. I know I said that as a running joke, but there's legitimacy to it. Like I'm aware of who she is. She big shit. Right. I'm aware of her, but I'm also aware that she's a human, and that is the part of it that made me be like, God damn it! Like I hate it had to be you. That's what it was. It wasn't like, oh shit, she really? Nah, it was, yo, you stupid. You're stupid. It wasn't like, oh, really? Wow, no, it was, damn, I hate it had to be you. Really? Like, come on, man.
We were all rooting for you.
We were rooting for you, and you. All right, this last.
Oh wait a minute, yeah, hold on. Let me get this out. Let me find Joe's comment.
Yeah, find that while I start. A white conservative tried to disrespect FloJo's legacy, but Twitter wasn't having it.
Found it.
Go ahead.
So Joe mentioned earlier, and Black History Month is in February, 8% of the year, but we're 13% of the population. So we're getting 3/5 of the amount of time we should get.
3/5 of human.
So even in
bars,
that's bars. We're only getting 3/5. That's bars.
I mean, we were 3/5 of human. Yo, listen to me clearly. Would it surprise any of you? If that is what the math was? That is what they decided to do? Like they decided to give us 1 month because it equaled 3/5.
I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. It's calculating as fuck. They about say he needs 6 gems and 1 snap.
I mean, that's facts. All right, to this article, the internet was immediately up in arms when Claire Lehman, founder of the far-right magazine Quillette, suggested that legendary Black athlete Florence Griffin Joyner died of a drug overdose, citing her acrylic nails as evidence. In fact, Joyner, known to the world as Flojo, died from suffocation due to a seizure. As those close to her were quick to point out, according to the LA Times, the athlete had a congenital defect called cavernous angioma, which can make one prone to seizures. And so the tweet by Claire was, it's a picture of Flojo with her long and boisterous nails and her strategically placed fro. Flojo, obvious drug user, had the nails. What the fuck does that have to do? Anyway, she died in her sleep at age 38 because that's what a lifetime of drug use does to the body and why it's supposed to be banned from elite sports. Well, Holly Robinson peed.
For the record, Holly Robinson don't. Y'all don't know. She don't play that shit. She just. I follow her on Twitter.
Yeah. She felt the need to correct Claire. My beautiful and talented friend, Florence Griffith Joyner, aka Flojo, died from an epileptic seizure caused by a congenital vascular abnormality that caused seizures, not from drugs. I don't know who you are, but keep her name out of your lying mouth.
Nigga, let me tell you something. There is a problem. You're absolutely right when we said earlier. There's a problem. Society is broken. The internet has made fast celebrities out of shitty people in their own little corners of the world. It at some point it became, because really the progenitor to a lot of this was that small window of time when talk radio was the shit. And you had who was running talk radio at that time? Conservatives saying the most outlandish shit ever. Most a lot of times racist, bigoted, misogynist shit ever coming out of their mouths. Anti-poor, all of that shit, right? That has kind of returned.
Yeah.
That's why you see a lot of black conservatives. I think some of them is capping for engagement.
Sure.
That you'll see that same thing happening now in the social media content creating space, where these people get a mic, get some headphones, some software, and a YouTube channel or whatever other platform they're choosing to use, and they get up there and they say the craziest, dumbest shit ever. And it works because they're appealing to a very what I have seen and what I've learned is if you can get a group to feel disenfranchised, even if they aren't, you can mine engagement from them.
Oh,
you can
absolutely.
literally just say what they want to hear. Confirm their biases. I see a lot of that shit happening now. And like I said, my personal belief is that some of these people, not all of them, but some of these people are capping because they see, oh, this is how you get 1 million followers. Oh, this is how you know what I'm saying, get people to watch it. Oh, watch this. They are the clickbait of the social media's content creating sphere. They're clickbait. I'm going to say this wild, outlandish shit, and then we're going to go attack what they said. The veracity of the claim they made. It doesn't matter to them, though, because they got what they wanted. They got the attention from all the people that either want to agree with them or the people who ready to jump in their ass. And the fact is, there's no changing that, because our show, we comment on shit. We ain't the only ones. A lot of motherfuckers doing it too. We comment on shit they say. This is a constant thing that is not going to change until a giant meteor or a pulsar goes off with an EMP that shuts us down and sets us back to the Stone Ages. This is it. This is it now. Because how could that person say that about her, about Flojo? A clear falsehood.
Yeah.
Now look at the engagement they got for that bullshit they said. 95,000 likes.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on.
The funny thing about this is I had stumbled across this tweet earlier in the week. I didn't but it was
From
just
Claire?
a tweet. Yeah, I was just somebody quote tweeted it. Somebody who's in my timeline quote tweeted it, and I read it, and I was like, this motherfucker here. But then I saw that they had simply gotten her together quickly, and I was like, all right, well, I don't need to say nothing about this because it wasn't gonna even be on the
Yeah,
topic.
I see people. I went and clicked on the actual thread of that. There are some people that are trying to correct, but they won't even respond back to the people trying to correct them.
You said I don't even see it. Like I think she
I see
deleted
it.
it.
No, that shit's still up. Claire's post is still, I'm looking right at it. The post is still up. Yeah. And I see people underneath of it.
There we go.
Trying to combat it. She's not even really responding because all they gotta do is say it, B. You just gotta say it.
No, she's responding.
Where you see her response to that?
Not sure. She has a picture of I can't pronounce her name.
Shikari.
Yeah. She got a picture
Here's
of
the
her.
thing.
Not sure whether the nails are real or fake, but in case you didn't know, very strong nails and hair can be a side effect of steroids.
That's so stupid. Listen, she's responding to everything but the comments about her saying what she said about FloJo. Like with Cindy Blue Unstable Genius corrected her. FloJo died in a sleep of epilepsy, which had nothing at all to do with drug use. FloJo was repeatedly drug tested thanks to allegations made by people like you. She passed every time.
Yeah, I say she passed. Yeah.
Tell me, what about FloJo makes it obvious to you that she abused drugs? Aha! What was that? What was that?
The crack epidemic.
Yeah. Like I said, bro, all they gotta do is say it. Just say it. How many people ain't gonna check? Both of them. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna check. And they don't care. They don't care. They just don't. They don't. And the day will come when I'll be gone and somebody say, you know what?
Yo. So she
and this is gonna be ass.
Where she posted again, I can't pronounce her name. The
Shikari.
Yes. So she posted that and said, not sure whether the nails are real or fake, but in case you don't know, very strong nails and hair can be a side effect of steroid use. So someone responded to her, a white woman responded to her and said, with a picture of Claire, and says, so then that dry, brittle hair means you obviously do cocaine or maybe heroin, right?
I see that. I see that.
Bro. What is going on?
Wow.
Someone says weed causes epilepsy. She probably just snorted it raw off of her long nails. And then somebody under them said, I love snorting weed and smoking alcohol. And the original person was like, is this sarcasm? Because just to make sure you understood that I was being facetious. Are you now being facetious, or you think you're making fun of me? Twitter is
a cesspool.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Stupidity and sloth and debauchery, the likes of which the multiverse has never seen. It's garbage, which is the reason I'm only on it, following game stuff and a few people that I do actually fuck with, but I don't stay on it that much. And you rarely see me post unless I'm sharing a post from some of our shit. Like that's it, B. But I gotta follow my game development companies because there's a couple of games I'm following the development of, and I want to see when they drop some shit.
Thanks.
I want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I follow some battle rappers, but battle rap's supposed to be toxic. So
yeah,
I'm
already aware that this is gonna be
this is gonna be
a bumpy ride.
It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Yeah.
They ignorant as shit. So,
It's
they
just the worst.
ignorant as shit.
It's the absolute worst. It's the absolute worst.
Yes, it is. I think is that it for us today? I think that's it.
I mean,
we want to thank all of you once again for showing up for the Saturday morning cartoons, Saturday morning Cartoon Network, the Black Culture Geeks with a Z.
all right.
You know what I'm saying? We really appreciate your attention and your engagement. Also, comments you make, we get to laugh. That should be hilarious. And a lot of times it's educational as a motherfucker too.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all be saying some shit on here, right? Napalm is a little late to the game, but that's okay. He can always go and listen to the replay, whatever, and put any comments he feels that'll be in there. But I warn you, they'll be ass because he's ass. But your continued support allows us to continue to do what we do. So you are very much appreciated. Yeah. Be sure to go and check out the Metas and Mutants podcast. Any place podcasts are played, streamed, and downloaded or whatever. Me and my co-host, Super Sci Guy, we talk about comic books, comic book movies, comic book TV shows, tropes, all of that shit. And we just recently did a reaction to the What If Marvel animated series that's supposed to come out August 11th. So check that out on the YouTube channel, Metas and Mutants. You can check out Addie's Game Room. He usually streams on both YouTube and Facebook at accounts of the same name. And of course, can't forget Jaded Nerd Celebrity Beat.
The Jaded One.
The Jaded One does his celebrity gossip show on his channel of the same name. He's doing very well. Napalm, I am minding my business. you, my brother, have been my business for a lot of years now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. We really appreciate y'all. And be on the next episode. Same Black Culture Geeks channel.
Okay.
Same Black. So for my man SVJ, I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and for the greater multi-world entertainment family, we are out. Peace.